Everybody, we are back. It is Tipton Last Favorite Podcast, favorite channel, favorite is everything. We are back. You guys already know what to do. Hit the subscribe button, subscribe. Hit the like button if you like it. Hit the dislike button if you don't like it. Leave a comment if you like it. Leave a comment if you don't like it. Also follow us on Twitter at the Mark John NFL for me, at Glen Rockney for Glen, and of course, pandasubs.com. Discount code TDL for 25% off. Also, make sure you go to Homage. Boom. Get you any Raiders gear that you'd like for 15% off. 50% of those proceeds go to the channel. So go ahead and get that done if you like as well. And then, of course, support the TDL store. I see some people have been supporting the TDL store. Appreciate you guys supporting. I got all my giveaways out. I found out that it comes out of my pocket, which I thought was like, wow, that's a secret. You guys didn't. I wasn't in it. I wasn't in that. Like that wasn't in the disclaimer, but that's fine. It's cool. We appreciate you guys every week supporting the channel. So we'll probably do a raffle. We're gonna do a raffle this week, but you might not get it to past Wednesday. Let's say that.
Yeah, man.
You might not get it right away. That's all.
For undisclosed reasons.
Undisclosed reasons. Exactly. So here we're back, guys. This week, we're gonna be talking about the over-unders, of course, at the end of the show, going over the games, college games as well, and the Raiders game, and the over-unders there, and talking about some topics. You guys, whatever questions you guys got for us here. But Glenn, how you feeling, man?
Feeling good. Bears +7 today was a very nice win for me. So
okay.
Getting the week. I had the under in the Chiefs Cowboys yesterday, which I was very wrong on that. That ended up being a shootout. So split the difference there, 1-1 on the weekend. So feeling good about that. Watching some decent college football right now. What do we got? Texas up 13-10 on Texas A&M. Of course, you are tuned into the Territorial Cup.
Yes, I am actually. Yes.
Sounds like a horse race, but it's not. ASU, Arizona, very important game. It is. They're both ranked. That's not always the case.
Yeah. It's a good game. I'm scared of Jeff Sims, but I believe in their ASU defense. They look
good.
They're a good defense. They've been holding them. The reason why they're 8-3 is the defense.
Wow, 8-3 with despite all that stuff they had happen. Pretty good. Dillingham's a good coach.
Yeah, he's a good coach for sure, man. I'm happy he's not going anywhere. The LSU job hasn't been filled though yet, has it?
Yeah, I think Lane's going to take it. I think that's dirty too. I hate that, leaving in the conference. Hate that. Leaving in the SEC, going to SEC to SEC. Go to SEC to NFL, which we already saw that with Lane once. But I can't. I'm not saying it shouldn't be allowed, but he's over there trying to call out reporters for calling him a hoe. It's like, dude, you are though.
Yeah.
Yeah, just be real. Like you found the nerdiest SEC reporter to go yell at. I'll guarantee there's some big bad Mississippi dudes calling you a hoe right now that you won't go face to face to. What do you expect? When
you're gonna leave to the same conference too, man, you're gonna go right to LSU.
Oh, yeah. We're revisionist about Lane too. He's had some bad stints. He's had at USC. He was awful. Tennessee wasn't good. So to me, it's like the grass is not always green. He got that Ole Miss team playing really well. I would just stay there. I would use them. Hopefully he's just using them as leverage. I don't know if Brett Favre bankrupted that whole state yet, but they might be able to. They might be able to pay him a little more.
Yeah. That's probably what he wants. He wants more money, especially if they make the playoffs this year.
Yeah, they should. He's done a hell of a job. It's just, man, I'd be hot. If I was an Ole Miss fan, for sure.
I would be pissed because going to LSU is dirty. Because I would expect LSU to kind of get somebody outside of conference probably, but getting Lane Kiffin, they have the money to do it. They're gonna do it. They're gonna try to get Lane Kiffin. But that's the thing. Like if you get Lane Kiffin, you bring him in. You have to also recruits to come with them. How much of that is him recruiting in Mississippi, which is good football? Like how much of that is that a factor with him? You know what I mean? Because you're right, Glenn. He has not been good at other places.
Right. His career kind of came back at Ole Miss. He's not this guy wherever he go. Anything he's not Urban Meyer. where like any school Urban Meyer goes to usually gets a lot better. That's not always the case. But yeah, I don't know. To me, I thought that was interesting. But I know we're here to talk about the Las Vegas Raiders, who are so interesting. They are very, to be honest, they are very interesting. 2-8. I mean, I would say the two of the most interesting teams storyline wise in the NFL are like 2-8 and 2-9, or 3-8 and 2-9. We're talking about the Browns and the Raiders.
Yeah,
team was awful. It was just like I don't know. I just the Chip Kelly thing is still really interesting to me. All the stuff that's been going out around there now, and then you have these like weird Belichick rumors, which my goodness, oh, if they do that, I mean, I would rather keep Pete over Belichick.
I didn't heard of the Belichick rumors. I saw that there's two teams that want him, but I was just assuming that it was
though. Like that's the thing is you just know that we're one of them. Like I agree that they have not named the Raiders, but you just know that the Raiders are the ones calling about Belichick. It's just like what, like Mark Davis is just like, let me go down the Rolodex of all-time wins and call coaches. And it's like, man, that scares me. So I would rather keep Pete than hire Bill Belichick. Like Bill Belichick would be like, oh my gosh, not again.
Bill Belichick.
Yeah.
Can he even still like really coach at this point? I think he's too old and too senile.
Yeah, maybe defensive coordinator. That'd be funny if he just came in for defense. If he's like, college ain't for me. Come and go. I'll go be defensive coordinator. But we just did that with Chip Kelly. I feel like we just did the same thing with Chip Kelly.
Yeah, because the thing with Bill Belichick is that Pete Carroll's kind of senile at this point too. You can just kind of tell that he's not 59 anymore, right? He's not 59, and Bill Belichick is kind of the same way, where he's like not letting Patriot scouts. That's definitely something a 74-year-old man would do.
So like, weird. They're fighting other battles a lot of times. These guys, like they're fighting other battles other than the other team. It feels like.
Yeah. Like, why are you not letting Patriot scouts?
Yeah.
Come and look at your prospects. I mean, that seems really weird. You know what I mean?
They didn't play the Drake May. They didn't do like the Drake May tribute. Too. I remember at the stadium, like, and he was like, "Why are you being weird, man?" His whole family went to like UNC, I think, and they're all like very highly thought of athletes there. It's like, dude, his brother was like a basketball player there. And stuff. Gosh, I don't know. The Belichick thing like was the one where I was like, man, what would make me more mad about next year than the current setup? Bill Belichick being there. Would make me so mad because I would be like, I know exactly how that ends. It would be impossible to get excited about. Just no.
Because I don't know, because if Brady's in as much control as they say he is, right? Let's say Brady's in as much control as they say he is. Like the next person that Brady would bring in would probably be somebody that's connected to him, like that, right? Yeah. That's what you would think, right? Because even Pete Carroll, you even talk about how Pete Carroll's a little bit connected to him, just because of the history and playing them and all that good stuff. His connection to Chip Kelly was weird. I don't understand the Chip Kelly connection. I don't know where that came from. I don't know.
I don't know. I still would like to know, why they. I mean, he's a national championship college coach. Maybe it's just that simple. He won a national championship in college as an OC. Let's bring him in. Maybe that was the case. But yeah, it's weird to know like their tendencies. I don't know if Brady would go to like his own people. I know Spytech is kind of one of his, but their connection maybe isn't quite exactly what I would have thought of as like somebody he spent 20 years with or something like that. And it'll be interesting to see what they do. Because I do think as of now they're keeping Pete Carroll. So just where I'm at, but I don't know. Brady does seem kind of pissed off, and he does seem like a guy that would just fuck this, clean the house.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's tough to say. I don't know what. I mean, my thing is just like, man, if you're that serious about this stuff, like, give up the announcing and be a full-time.
Yeah, dude. If you're gonna make decisions about who the coach is and shit like that, and then you're gonna go call games on Sunday.
Yeah, that's a big problem I have.
It doesn't make any damn sense, to be honest. Like, you shouldn't be that involved. Like if you're gonna be like a decision, like you're bringing in the OC. And then talk about he pushed for Geno too. Like he wanted Geno over Sam Darnold. Like Vic Tafur he's been having his victory lap over that. I guess. So he didn't want Sam Darnold. which, it's I guess Sam Darnold wanted to come here, and they're like, nah.
Yeah, sure. I mean, I was welcome to the idea of Sam Darnold for sure, but I don't know. I mean, Clint Kubiak there seems to be a lot of Clint Kubiak to the Sam Darnold thing right now that's making that work. So I'm not even so sure it's working the way that it is in Seattle if he comes here.
Yeah, this dude said Chicago's a prime example that coaches win games. What are you talking about? I mean, they have.
Okay, no. Okay, let's say that you're correct. Why'd the coach pick that team?
Because he got Caleb Williams.
Exactly. So, okay, that's fair. We didn't have the team to attract Ben Johnson. Like we just didn't, and that's why you have to go get the quarterback. You have to go bring somebody in that's like intriguing to a staff, because even if you're not moving on this year, let's say it's one more year of Pete Carroll, but you want to be able to be like, okay, there's a young quarterback there that I like. I want that job. I want the job because there's Brock Bowers, Ashton Genty, and then young quarterback there. I can make that work. Ben Johnson went in there and did that. I will say, though, there's something to what that comment was saying. With you watch Ben Johnson, the Bears running game got fixed overnight.
Yeah.
Like overnight, it's dominant now. So it went from like ass last year to dominant. And I think the Raiders can do that. Will they? I have no idea. But people are saying, like, you take Ashton Genty before you have this, that means you screwed it up. No, you can fix it overnight. Teams do.
Yeah.
It's I'm not saying it's easy, but teams do it regularly. You overpay for guards. You make sure that part's not an issue, and I saw them running some really nice, blocking scheme stuff. Get good blocking tight ends. Like I think the Raiders are okay there, but like they can fix this.
Yeah. I mean, according to the nerds, Caleb is not playing good, so he's like 28th in EPA and shit like that. So
man, I watched other than the Raider game, this was the first time I sat down and watched because I had money on him, and I was like, man, he is leaving a lot on the bone. Like, you're just like, man, this offense has really got everybody like running free, like wide open and stuff, and he's still like late on a lot of stuff and wants to hold the ball. So, but he looks better than last year. I mean, there's no question about it. So, and he's young, and he can make some plays. Like he can make one or two huge throws, and you're like, man, like that you just don't see Geno Smith doing right now. So what I mean is the quarterback will attract the coach. So you are going to have to do that. And the Bears, unfortunately, were a more attractive job than the Raiders this offseason. And I think we have to be honest with that. I think Brady's process, he wanted Stafford and Ben Johnson. I mean, so did I. That sounds good.
Yeah.
That sounds good. I mean, the problem is that the second move was not good. I mean, it just hasn't been.
Yeah. Yeah, the Bears they've been on a roll too. They're just a good team. If Dante Moore were declared, would you take him over Mendoza or Simpson?
I don't know. Dante Moore's been growing on me a little bit for sure. I tell you, Mendoza didn't look all that good tonight. I was watching him a little bit. He was not like carving up Purdue, and Purdue is Purdue right now. They suck. Like they're not good. And Mendoza, yeah, I mean, I'm not picky. I'll take any of the three, if you're being honest. If any of those three guys are the Raiders' first round pick, I'm not going to be mad about it. But man, I am still thinking along the lines of trading back up and getting somebody from the second round, because that just feels like the talent pool it's not a bad class. It's just not very top heavy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we don't know who's coming out either. That's the thing. We don't know who's coming out. We don't know who's going to do that. But yeah, Dante Moore is good. I just think he's limited. Like he's not like you're not going to throw downfield a lot. That's my problem with him. Is he's very system oriented. You have to have a really good offensive coordinator. He's kind of like Bo Nix. Mm-hmm. They're like similar, but he's just a little better pocket presence. He's more poised, I would say. Definitely has more of things you like that are natural for a quarterback to be successful. But I don't know if you're getting too much. Are you getting a superstar? That's the thing with Dante Moore when I watch him. I see a good quarterback who like move the chains, make some plays, and do some things. And you have to understand, like for the draft show tomorrow, I did a Oregon guard, and that dude's a stamp stud.
Yeah, I like that guy. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Emmanuel Pregnon.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Their whole line, I like. I think they have another the center. I think it was the Samoan guy. They have a couple guys that they like that offensive line that are good.
Yeah, yeah. So that's the thing. Like he has this great line, and but it is interesting that they have been to Oregon 4 times. I want to pull up that guy. We brought up that. So we talk about that real quick before you have some more questions. But yeah, let's get this other question while I pull this up. How are you getting to the raffle? You just pay $199, guys. We'll do one raffle this week. Like I said, you just gotta wait a little bit for your boy. All right, can you talk about the story on Raiders ownership not being on the same page? Do you think Brady is really in charge?
Man, it's a great question. I mean, I wish I knew the direct answer to that. But I'll speculate. I think Spytek and Brady probably are on the same page. I don't think Pete Carroll is in the same universe as either of them. That's just where I'm at right now. I think Pete Carroll is just like, well, this is my team. You hired me. This is my team. And I think he still thinks that way. I think it's why it ended poorly in Seattle. We were warned of that. Unfortunately, some of us, myself included, were like, no. He's going to team up and do this. I'm not sure that he's able to do that. And with Brady and Spytek, I'm sure they disagree on things and all of that. But I don't know. I do think there's a disconnect between head coach and for all of you guys who want Pete Carroll fired, I think that if he is fired, that'll answer that, right? Like, just nope, we were just completely not on the same page. There's two ways they could go about this offseason. They could say, okay, we fucked up bringing Geno in. We fucked up bringing Chip Kelly. They could say that, and they go, okay, Pete, we're gonna bring in the next guy, but who do you want? Who do you have in mind? Things like that. But if Pete's gone, then that's the answer. I mean, we're gonna find out in a few weeks, really.
Yeah. My opinion on that, I think that having those two, just kind of having that dynamic where people aren't on the same page and everybody's kind of off and everybody's doing these things. That's why you gotta get rid of Pete. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's been tougher and tougher to defend him.
Because if he's on the same page as the GM and the owners and the decision makers, bro, you can't be here. That's the problem with John Snyder.
Right.
Him and Schneider. Schneider is like, nah, man. I can't keep listening to you.
Yeah.
And if he thinks he's going to be in full control, he's a control freak, then he's got to go, man. It's not going to work.
Yeah, it's just not the way the NFL works anymore. I mean, it just isn't. And, as somebody with P, I always thought he was kind of tried to look a little forward, a little more progressive as a coach, just in terms of okay, let's try this now. This seems to be where the league is. This seems to be, and it's just, maybe he does it. Maybe he does that in certain teaching methods that he has. But I don't think he does it in the way his role is. His role, he's like, no, this will never change. I'm the guy. And, for me, I'm 50-50, leaning more towards fire him now because, again, the young guy, you got to play the young guys, right? I was just thinking about this the other day. I said it all last week. I'm sorry for repeating myself, but it's very true. Remember when at the beginning of the year I'll say first 4 or 5 games, they cut Jermaine Pratt, right? Or Jermaine Pratt leaves the team, whatever it is. A lot of people assume that was because of special teams or something.
Mm-hmm.
They were like, oh, you got to play special teams if you want to start. I saw Jack Besh playing special teams. So he's playing special teams as a rookie. Is he doing a great job? I don't know. He's out there. Mm-hmm. He can't get on the field on offense. So I'm like, there's just no consistency in any of that. I just don't believe his whole, doesn't matter who you are. I don't even read the back of your jersey. No, you do.
Mm-hmm.
You clearly do. When Dante Thornton, does he play special teams? He might.
I don't think so.
I don't think so. I feel like he's pretty easy to notice on a football field. He's big as hell. So, no, I don't think he does. So that part to me is just okay, if they were losing, but he was really trying hard to develop this draft class, we're going to put you and this was just a year that we're going to develop this draft class, I say keep him. But what is the redeeming value right now at this point?
Nothing really.
Yeah.
Nothing at all. Do you think the stories about Taylor Chip not calling Correct formations and general screwing play calls up. That was going to be our topic. So we're going to answer that question in a second. We're going to talk about that in depth in a second. Now that Chip's gone, who do we look for OC for next year if Pete is staying?
That's a good call. That's a good call. I mean, you look at quarterbacks coaches of guys that, and it depends on what you want to do at quarterback too. Like, do you want to go draft somebody? If Pete's here, I have no clue if that's going to be the case. But if they're not, you know, if they're going through a young quarterback, I go look at somebody from Ben Johnson's staff. I go look at somebody from these people that are developing young quarterbacks. I still like rating the Rams coaching tree. It's a lazy take, but those guys know what they're doing over there. They just you don't hear about a lot of disgruntled behavior from Rams coaching staff. And Sean McVay is very much in control of what happens on that football field. But you don't hear about like, oh no, McVay's crazy. You know, he does all this stuff. No, they know what they're doing. So I go there. I give them the keys to the entire offense, and that's still what I do. You want names? I say Mike LaFleur, but there might even be somebody else on the staff that might be the case. Yeah,
or somebody that comes from that mindset, that kind of thought process. Like I don't know if some of those guys are somewhere else, like like Dave Canales and stuff like that. But knowing Pete, he probably like do his son or something.
If Canales gets fired, which I don't think he will at this point, I think the Panthers they're going to win a couple more games. I mean, they might win the freaking division. Like they actually might win their division. That's the worst part about it. Like, so it'd be tough for them to fire him, especially with the expectations of their team being the high. But yeah, that would be my no-brainer if Pete's here and Canales is fired. I bring in Dave Canales. I mean, I think that guy's a good play caller.
All right. Are there any generational O-line players who are taking the top 10 this year?
We need to retire that word, first of all. I hate the term generational. You can't use it every draft.
I mean, offensive linemen are always going to get pushed up in the top 10, but I don't know about like there's any I think Spencer Fano is pretty damn good. I heard, but I haven't watched him yet.
I think I like the depth a little bit more in this class. Like I think it's Connor Liu, I want to say, out of Auburn. Like guys like that I'd like to bring in. And to me, I said it last week, but I want to spend on O-line and free agency. Our O-line's really young right now, minus Colton Miller. So I would go spend at that position. I overpay top guards, whatever you got to do. Just overpay it. It's fine. The teams that have been overpaying these guard contracts don't look like they regret it. Carolina overpaid for Robert Hunt and then somebody else I can't remember. It doesn't look like that's the problem with their team. In fact, it looks like a strength. They have Rico Dowdle playing really well. And then the Bears, they go get, was it Joe Tooney? A couple other people. It doesn't look like they're regretting that, despite at the time people going, whoa, $20 million for a guard. No, go do it. Get it done. Raiders did it with Osemele back in the day. I don't know if it was an overpay, but at the time I remember thinking that's a lot of money. I loved it for a few years. Like it's fine with me.
Yeah. But there's just no generational player, but we'll see. Do you think we'll go more under center and go to a power scheme? I don't think not. They should, but that's not going to happen next year. They can't change the whole scheme. They can't change the running scheme that much. And I think they run zone with Greg Olsen too. Greg Olsen, he's a West Coast dude. He's going to run zone like Sean McVay. But Sean McVay has gotten more power recently, but he is a Sean McVay type of dude. So
that would be interesting. Yeah, I'm looking at the Rams coaching staff right now just to see if there's anybody on that route. I mean, they have Mike LaFleur. And there's a guy like their pass game coordinator is a guy named Aubrey Pleasant. I don't know anything about that, but just guys like that. I just go look. I go look in that department. I think these guys. I think McVay kind of like teaches these guys too, and actually like teaches them how to do it, and that's why these guys are good. I mean, the quarterbacks coach is Dave Ragoni. I don't know who that is, but if I found out they were bringing in Sean McVay's quarterback coach, I'd be okay with it. So he 3 seasons with the Atlanta. Oh, he was a Atlanta Falcons offensive coordinator. I didn't realize that.
Oh, really?
21 to 23. I don't know how good their offense was those years.
Oh, Arthur Smith. He's Arthur Smith, dude.
Oh, so he wasn't calling plays for them.
No, he wasn't calling plays.
So he's never called plays.
No.
Okay. Yeah, so I was under Arthur Smith. I was gonna say, I was no wonder I didn't. You think you'd know these names after a while, but yeah. So I mean, these are guys that you think about too. But I'll tell you, a guy that worked under Arthur Smith and Sean McVay, he's gonna know how to run the ball and he's gonna know how to pass the ball. I think after if you listen and think it too, the guys I bring in.
Yeah. I just want to mention who they with the draft. I'll bring this up. So they've been to Penn State 4 times, Oregon and Utah 3 times, Clemson, Ohio State, and Notre Dame 2 times each.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's I mean, I like that they go to those schools. I mean, Clemson's got. It's weird how they're not that good this year, but they got a lot of guys I think can play ball, man. I think that tackle, that Blake Miller, that tackle, I like him a lot. I'm not going to use the generational word, but Blake Miller, Peter Woods, like all of these guys, I think they have another defensive tackle. I can't remember his name. He looks pretty decent too. Oregon's obviously Oregon. I mean, they got 5 stars everywhere. They got good athletes, and they play a physical brand of football nowadays that's translates a little better to the NFL. Of course, I'm partial to my Irish, although I will say the best players on Notre Dame, like the top blue chip talent guys, are not coming out this year from Notre Dame. So it is odd, but they have a guy named Adon Schuler, a safety there, stud, absolute stud. Safety. He's 21 years old right now, so I think he could declare. I haven't really seen if he's on anybody's big boards or anything, but really like him.
Yeah, I was just looking at Clemson guys. I mean, that's the only school they went to, though. It's not about O-line. You got Peter Woods, Avion Terrell, TJ Parker, defensive end, and then of course my sneaky Cade Klubnik.
Well, I mean, no, isn't there a Blake Miller, a tackle? I could have sworn I saw it was
Blake Miller is a tackle, but he's ranked 135.
Yeah, I mean, you still got to scout those guys. I mean, if you think, and a guy like that could easily get in the top 100, if from 135. But I do like that. And yes, Notre Dame is safety university right now. Thank you, shortest wide receiver they are. Drew Tranquill, Alohi Gilman, Kyle Hamilton, Xavier Watts. So let's go get this Adon Schuler guy.
Yeah, man. But hopefully it's for Peter Woods. That's hopefully why they're doing that.
It might be. I mean, it's going to be. I don't know where these quarterbacks are actually going to go. So if they're pushed back towards the end of the first, I know quarterbacks. There's QB-flation for sure, but maybe the Raiders are going to take a defensive player in the top 5. I think fans will go ballistic because the fans are like, you have to take a quarterback in the top 5 or else it doesn't work. And I don't think that's true, to be honest. I think it's more true with like an offensive lineman than it is like an offensive tackle than it is with quarterbacks. Quarterbacks get taken at the back end of the first round all the time with trade ups from the second round and Lamar Jackson Dart, it's happened. It happens regularly, I think, because you want the 5th year option.
All right, next question here. Do you agree that do you agree that Pete is not coming back during all the stories that are leaking?
I'm 60-40 fired right now, but I don't know. It's weird. I for some reason his pedigree might still give him another year, and I'm not saying that I agree with that either.
Yeah. What are the chances of seeing our rookie lineman play this week? Probably still 0, I bet.
Yeah, I don't know. I would love to tell you that it was. I mean, look, Caleb Rogers. Baby steps, suited up last week. So
they might, because Meredith's still hurt. They might have to play.
Oh my goodness.
Oh yeah. Did you hear the story that they tried to get Liam Cohen, but he didn't even accept an interview with him?
Quarterback coaches get fired after 1 year, guys, all the time. We should know this as Raider fans more than anyone. If you're a coach right now and you're getting your first job, do you want to go to a place where there's no quarterback there? You have to think about that. Like you are putting your first year of head coaching there as a young offensive mind with no quarterback. And people can talk a bunch of crap about Trevor Lawrence not kind of being overrated. There are coaches that go, Trevor Lawrence makes some incredible throws, and there's coaches that go, that I need.
Yeah.
The Raiders don't have that. So they unfortunately are going to have to get that. It kind of puts a lot of other stuff on pause. But they're just going to have to go do that. I guarantee you, Cohen. I don't think Cohen has anything against the Raiders as an organization. I don't think. Yeah. It's just the fact is, like, are you going to pick the team that has the former number 1 overall pick, or are you going to pick? We'll see what we can find on the market for you, Liam.
So I'm saying, unless you're trying to sell to them Aiden O'Connell, that was a sell for them.
Yeah, right, exactly. Like it's pretty tough at that point.
All right, John Harbaugh if he gets fired in Baltimore, is he fired in Baltimore?
I don't think he's going to, but the fans hate him over there. They hate him. Which to me, again, as a Raider, I it's another retread coach, right? But he's younger. He's younger than Pete and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, the guy knows what he's doing for sure.
Yeah, I mean, does he ever lose? I mean, I guess even they don't have a quarterback really. I mean, they still find a way to make playoffs with like Tyler Huntley and shit. So
yeah, and Lamar's just playing bad right now. It's okay to admit that. Like people just are so scared to there's like this Lamar war that happens on Twitter all the time. He's in a bad stretch right now. He's not playing well.
Why does everyone think that great QBs are good decision makers like Elway or Brady? They're different talents. I mean,
we haven't seen that. We don't know that with Brady yet.
Yeah. I mean, Elway did win a Super Bowl.
Yeah. Yeah.
He did win a Super Bowl.
And he got Peyton Manning to come back out of retirement, he brought over Peyton Manning, to say there were some bad years, don't get me wrong. And Paxton Lynch, picks like that. It's like if he was into players like that, then yes, that's a miss eval. But to me, I think Brady's going to need to. I don't know. I will say one thing that's not getting talked about a lot in terms of decision making and player personnel is the Raiders. I thought made some decent scouting hires.
Yeah,
that we have not. I think a lot of fans and it's easy to get this confused. They have not been a part of a draft yet with the Raiders. They get hired after the draft. So I'd like to see them with SpyTech get a year there. SpyTech was using the old scouts in that draft. And I to be fair, I still like the draft that SpyTech put overall. So we'll see. Get these guys in from the Eagles. And I don't want their offensive coordinator. I'll tell you that much. That guy, I don't know, Patula or whatever. I'm not feeling that.
No, that's feel like a family hire.
That I would hope that they don't bring him in and stuff, like Fangio, of course, anytime. But yeah.
Our baby Suge wants to know if Tyrese get an extension at this point. Probably not, bro. Like, come on.
Hey, I said, look, he might. I mean, he might get 1 year, $10 million. 1 year, $9 million or something like that. That's an extension. You didn't say what kind.
I just like this throwback question. Does Peyton Manning give this team 11 wins? What year? Peyton Manning.
Yeah, that's a good question. Prime Peyton Manning, yeah, for sure.
Oh yeah, 2004, 2005 Peyton Manning.
Yeah. He would have told Chip Kelly to go fuck himself. First of all, he would have dragged Chip Kelly by his headset from the booth downstairs and made him watch the game on all fours while he cooked.
Oh, he's saying 2013 Peyton. Still, I mean, even then,
he was balling those first couple.
Julius Thomas had what? How many touchdowns with him? They got
with Brock, the run game and with Genty and yeah,
Jacoby Myers would have to have 1,200 yards.
Yeah, that's true. Because I keep forgetting about Jacoby, but yeah, like Jacoby Myers, something like that. You know what? I'll say 10 wins. I'll say 10 wins.
10?
Yeah, I would say 10.
Yeah, because they don't have Von Miller and DeMarcus Ware, so all those guys.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. They would lose some games.
To leave.
Yeah, they would, because that defense was nasty. Chris Harris was a bad dude.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone remembers the jet flyover car pick six. The one that was. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Peyton Manning could. I don't think people understand how good Peyton Manning was. So, to say that he wouldn't get this team to 10 wins, I don't think Peyton Manning lost more than 10 games with those. The Colts teams were kind of shitty.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, especially on defense for a long time. It was just Freeney and Bob Sanders. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he was hurt all the time.
And he was hurt all the time. Yeah, I mean there was a few players, but yeah, Peyton was really, really balling out on those teams. Yeah. Prime pay. I mean, that's the thing. I think you can fix the Raiders pretty quickly. It's just the problem is I'm will they? And it's tough for me to say. And after this year, with the big name being fooled by the big name hires, it really jades you a little bit. You're kind of oh man, they bring somebody in. Am I really going to get excited?
Yeah. All right. last question though, to our topic here. So Brady likes Notre Dame's QB. Do we wait?
That a lot of fans will get pissed off. I'll be pissed off if they wait, but I will say, CJ Carr is a bad dude. I'll tell you right now, Arch is not slicing up Texas A&M right now. CJ Carr in his second career start was putting up numbers on this Texas A&M. He's far from perfect. He still makes some kind of stupid throws right now. Young guy mistakes. He's only 19 years old. So, I mean, for me, selfishly, I hope he stays at Notre Dame for 2 more years. Like, I don't think he will. I think next year he's going to be a Heisman candidate because their team's going to be even more loaded next year. But I love him. And it'd be really funny if the Raiders drafted another quarterback named Carr. It'd be very funny. He's also a pretty stand-up guy, like a good there's a very sad story about his brother dying of pediatric brain cancer and stuff.
Wow.
And like really, he wrote a story about it in Players Tribune. I dare you not to cry reading that story. Like I'm a huge fan of him, of course. So I'll be biased there. But yeah, I don't know. I'd rather just go take a flyer on somebody this year, honestly, because I'm just sick of what's going on. But I get it.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure CJ Carr's gonna be a great prospect, and everybody's hyping up 2027. Because Archie Manning. Everybody wants Archie Manning. Even Nate Tice came out and said, "I would take Archie Manning #1 right now." I'm like, I know we all know that because he's talented as hell, right? Mm-hmm. And he's filling himself off Drake May. Nate Tice, he's on his own dick because he hit on Drake May. But so he's getting bold now. He's like, Arch Manning's going to be QB1. Like, all right, dog. First of all, relax. I don't know, because I think Marcel Reed 2027 is good as shocks.
Yeah, but everybody likes the next quarterback class more than this one. That's not some new thing. Like I will say, like we haven't seen the 2027 class disappoint in the 2026 season. Everybody was hyping up. I remember like last year, everyone was like, no, wait on the Cam Ward. No, Cam Ward, whatever. And look, I'm not saying this quarterback class was good with Ward and Dart and stuff, but everybody was like, wait till that next year. Now, Sellers is having, for what some people say is a down year. I think he's been fine, but there's everybody, the further you are away from a quarterback coming out, like the more excited you are about them. And then like once you finally see them in that kind of deciding year, people really put them under the microscope and find every flaw, which will happen next year with CJ Carr, Arch Manning, and all of these other guys. So it's gonna happen. Like that's just gonna happen. So to me, I like Dante Moore. Like I'd be fine if they took Dante Moore and you had that on a cheap contract. And you really just got to hit on all the other picks. But still, I mean, you have to do that either way.
Man, KDP tripped me out, man. He is the ultimate pessimist. It's Kenny pessimist.
I don't think he wants to take a quarterback. I've seen Kenny's comments. I think Kenny wants to build this roster and then get the quarterback, which I
just don't know if you could do that, though.
Yeah, I don't think people stay around long enough for that. People get fired. And coaching staffs change, players leave. It's tough to do. You got to have something there that fires people up at that position. It's so important.
See, yeah, Kitty embraces the Navy. He said exactly.
Yeah. That P stands for pessimism. I like it, Kenny.
Kenny pessimism. That
sounds like a rapper. I sound like a Minnesota rapper or something, like from Anticon back in the day.
Rapping about planets and shit, bro.
Yeah.
All right. So let's talk about the biggest news of the week was which I got called for spreading slander from I don't know if it was Chip Kelly's burner, but they said I was spreading slander here. Right. But Chip Kelly forgetting plays.
Yeah.
And installing the wrong calling plays that they didn't run in practice and didn't install them for the week. So what were your thoughts, Glenn? What are your thoughts?
It would explain the weird plays, busted running plays where Gino just does an earthquake drill halfway through and just falls in week 12. It would explain that.
Yeah.
Because that happens a lot still. Mm-hmm. And it just, I floated this out here, a month or so ago on the show. I was like, do you think Chip Kelly is a teacher at all? I don't.
I don't think so.
And that would put a credit in the, and so I don't think he's teaching anything. I think he sits up in his booth and he's like, my offense is my offense. You must learn it and learn it at your own pace. And it's like, dude, these are NFL players. Like, you can't big dog these NFL players like that. Like it as much as you want to. In college, it's like, I'm at Ohio State University. I have to learn Chip Kelly's offense and stuff. And it just doesn't, you don't see, like I said, I'm trying to find, like, is there pictures even of like Chip Kelly, like talking to players, like pointing at things, like,
no,
hey, like there's really not, right? Like, you don't see any of that. Where you see every other offensive coordinator doing that. And I hate doing like the paparazzi angle of this, of like, are there pictures of this, but he's just not a teacher. And this is a young team. This is a relatively young team. Some of the best players on this team are young, and changing coordinators every year, you have to reinstall that. And like you said, I think that's true. I some of it's on Geno for sure. I mean, a lot of it's on Geno, but and we'll see, right? I mean, Greg Olsen comes in, and Geno, I really hope this doesn't happen, but if Geno comes in and throws like 4 touchdowns and no picks this week, and you're kind of like, oh shit, I hope that doesn't happen, because that gives us a whole new can of worms and problems. I'm telling you, they're looking for any reason to keep him. And but I think it's just the reason this team only has 2 wins is because Chip Kelly does not teach, does not install, does not call the correct plays. And we have a quarterback that has the worst body language over any quarterback in the league. Won't high five the fans coming out. Flips off the fans. He definitely addresses the fans one way or another. Goes in the press, gets petty in the press conferences. And they just, it's all of these things combined. But the problem is you paid Chip Kelly to be the highest paid offensive coordinator in the league. Part of your job as the highest paid is to install and make sure that these busted plays are not happening, especially in week 12.
Yeah, I mean, there's just too many busted plays. Like, I went through my charting, and it's just like how many times I put miscommunication on there.
Damn.
And that's why it made sense to me in my head, because I was just thinking, like, I remember like the Chargers game. I think like one of Genty's carries. I think they actually like maybe pulled him after this. Remember?
Mm-hmm.
Remember they pulled him in the Chargers game, kind of.
Yeah.
I think it was after some play they messed up.
Mm-hmm.
And that was kind of like, okay, we're thinking then, okay, this week 2. But then that shit happened last week. I think twice.
Yeah. Yeah. That pitch play. I know exactly what you're talking about. I'm like, what? Like, just, I mean, whoever was at fault, like, it's not even about which player's at fault. It's about, like, why is that happening at all? And I'm not saying you can never make mistakes, and I'm not saying everything's on the coach, but you were brought in here as some offensive mastermind. Part of that is you need to pass that knowledge down to the core players of your team, and everyone needs to understand this. And it's quite clear they don't.
Not at all, man. It's just. I think like how the team was playing, even the offensive line, how the offensive line was doing things, how they were, moving around, how they were blocking. It all was just a mess over there on offense. Like, the offense was so disappointing this year. And I know that it just feels like they're leaking it, but I say, I don't know. I feel like we should apologize to Adam Butler. I think Adam Butler was trying to tell us. But it's the messenger sometimes.
I'm still not apologizing to Adam Butler.
It's the messenger sometimes.
Yeah, I will apologize nothing to Adam Butler. Why don't you go make some plays? You guys know what's going on.
I mean, he was trying to be that conspiracy theorist on TikTok.
Yeah,
like that little eerie music they play was playing when he was talking.
Yeah, Bilderberg group. Yeah, I got it. It's fine. Like, it's just look, I'm into that stuff. But I'm just saying, like, yeah, just act like you're on the Houston Texans defense right now. Like, no. Okay, I would. All right, Dylan Sampson, 66-yard screen touchdown. Yeah, look, I'm not saying I get what you're saying though. There's clearly something wrong on offense.
Yeah, there's something wrong.
You watch the defense, and my issue with the defense is that right now, guys that are on 1-year contracts should not be playing on defense right now, because that is flat out bad effort mode. Like, just these guys are in like self-preservation mode to like play again next year and stuff. That's my issue on defense right now. And plus just the overall lack of talent. On offense, you're just like, this should be better. This should be watchable. Yeah. And it's not. And then Chip Kelly every week just rattles off stats from around the league. Like everyone looks as bad as the Raiders if you actually know the stat. Those were his press conferences. Actually, everyone looks as bad as us.
Yeah. Look at Saquon Barkley. He sucks right now.
Do you guys watch ball? Okay, interesting. You guys watch football? Okay, yeah, everyone's shitty. So like us being shitty, not that big of a deal. I don't know why you're calling that out. But anyways, I watch football.
Yeah, he was over here just saying the stupidest shit on his press conferences, and they're way too long. Like, bro, I don't need to know everything. You know what I mean? Like he's annoying as fuck. He really was, man.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I said, it's just people are trying to say they fired the wrong guy. No, they fired the right guy. There's just more that needs to go. I mean, it's the whole offensive staff is rotten. It's bad. I mean, it's just really bad. I mean, we'll see what Greg Olsen does. I mean, I just hope Greg Olsen keeps like Brock Bowers fed and can open up something in the run game. You know, that's all. That's what I hope for the rest of the year. You know, because those guys are Genty and Bowers gonna be part of this team for the foreseeable future and can be a part of the next good Raiders team. That feels light years away, but I promise you, like a few competent moves and they can be a lot better than this.
They gotta get a quarterback, man. Because people talk about like how these teams are turning around, like the Patriots turned around and the Bears turned around. Like, I think they also drafted Caleb Williams and Drake May.
Right. Yeah, no, exactly. And that's kind of why I don't want to shy from the quarterbacks this year, because it's just like, Drake May was size, tools, good arm, and everything. But like his college stats weren't like out of control. He wasn't winning like huge games or anything. And I like to see quarterbacks go do that, but it didn't happen. And to me, it's just like that. If you get the guy that's good, that can make every throw in the book. Or whether they're ceiling, I think we get so caught up in ceiling. It's like, no, get the guy that comes in there and runs your offense really well and can lead your team, and that's what they need to do. And I become less picky the more the Raiders lose. And they've been losing a lot. 2 years ago, I was like, no, it's got to be the exact right guy. It's got to be the exact one. Like when girls are on the internet, they're like, don't even DM me if you're not 6'5", 350K a year. Right now, I'm like, can you throw a forward pass and do you cry like a bitch after the game? Those are my like do you not do that?
Your standards are just lower.
Yeah. Can you, if I hold a mirror up to your mouth, can you produce fog on it?
Are you a dragon?
Yeah. That's a good truth. Like, what is your brushing regimen? Your gum health, is it okay? We will run huddles.
Yeah. We gotta have huddles. If the offensive line doesn't want to mess with it, then Oh God.
Yeah, exactly.
I
know you guys follow these girls too. That's why I know. I know the chat follows these type of girls. Do not DM me. Don't even DM me. It's $50 for me to respond.
$50.
Cash App in bio. I'm a nurse.
If you have any models in your followers, do not DM me.
It's $10 per nasty girl in your tab. You know what I'm saying? Like to me, like that. I used to be that about quarterbacks. Not anymore. Forward pass. How do you do it? The forward pass. Do you throw it to the guy? Like, do you do it and do you cry? Do you cry all the time and mope?
Yeah. Somebody in the chat told me not to get off the Cole Payton trade. I'm not, guys. I'm not off the Cole Payton trade. I'm just trying to be quiet about it because I don't want to be too much. Like, people are like, oh, we should get Cole Payton. But hell yeah, if they draft Cole Payton in the second round, I'd be hype. Because I'm like, he's like 6'5", he's 230. It could go really well or go bad, but I mean, he might just run over everybody. He might pick up the offense. It might work out.
Yeah. I mean, it's just, hey, that's what I'm saying, man. Oh, Nussbus. I was going to ask that. Are you still, man, are you maybe just like, are you aboard the Nussbus?
No. I'm kind of off the Nussbus now. I'm off the Nussbus.
All right.
Off the Nussbus. Because I was thinking what round he would go. I'm like, I don't know. He's going 5th. You think
I think he's going to go pretty late.
Yeah. Sanders versus 49er defense. Sanders looked terrible on film. So, like,
I don't. No comment. You comment on Shedeur Sanders, it's all bad. I will say though, the Niners are 8-4. I'm watching them. I'm like, these guys are 8-4.
I don't know how they're.
Yeah, with Mac Jones playing, that's what I'm saying, man. I apologize. Coaching doesn't matter. Shanahan's a monster, man. Like you're just like that's 8-14. This team should not be 8-4. They haven't had. Yeah. They haven't had their offense healthy. They had their offense healthy for like 2 games. So, oh gosh.
How much of the offensive line problem is on Pete's son, and what do you think Pete would do if someone above him suggested he fired his son?
Well, I'll put you this way. I would say, Pete, fire your son or else you go too. And then I think a lot of problems get solved. Very simple. Yeah. Be like, hey, Pete, fire your son. No, you don't understand. We're a package deal. Okay. Anyways, Tom, who do you like for your next coach of the Raiders? It's Pete, you have no pull here. There's a part in the movie The Big Lebowski where it's like, this guy's got a lot of pull here. You don't pull shit, Lebowski. Pete Carroll, before he took the Raiders job, had a lot of pull. To win, Pete Carroll has no pull. I'm sorry. You have to tell him that. And Mark Davis will have to do it. Brady will have to do it. They'll have to talk in the mirror, give their speech in the mirror while they're trembling or something. But you got to go tell Pete, I'm sorry, your stock is not very high right now as a coach.
Yeah, I think he should just go up to Jed Fish and be like, hey, Jed, I know what you're doing up here in Washington still. And you gotta, I think you just bring Brennan back. Just bring back an OC. And let him go coach in college again. Just get him a job in college. I mean, I'm trying to figure out what are some new jobs? Maybe the USF guy. What is the USF guy? He's going to what school is he going to? He's going to I forgot what school he got.
Oklahoma,
Arkansas.
Oh, Arkansas, yeah, Oklahoma State, North Texas, yeah.
Get him a job in Arkansas. They need OC. Go ahead, Brandon. Go ahead, get your job in Arkansas. Because we talked about this before. I don't know if it's gonna be a straight firing. This is be over some coffee.
Yeah.
Or maybe the Village Inn. He is 74. So
yeah, you start showing them. You start showing them Zillow listings in Arkansas. You're like, dude, they only want like $600K for this like ranch, dude. You got pigs out there. It's a really dude. I'm telling you, land is cheap out there, man. Brent. It's like, Dad, that's Arkansas's way. That's right. Oh, yeah, I got you a job. That's right. Yeah. Oh my gosh, I should have led with that. I got you a job. Well, I'm the offensive line coach of the Raiders, Dad. And you're like, are you?
He said, are you? Are you sure about that? I don't know. Yeah, man. Get him a job at Arkansas, right? The Denny's Sunday, the old man Denny's Sunday morning, hit the Denny's and eating some pancakes, some eggs, and he just let him know.
He's not eating. He just has a coffee. He goes, I'll just have a coffee. I'm not staying long. Brandon's stuff in his face. Get whatever you want.
Yeah, get whatever you want, Brandon. Yeah. So, I got you a job at Arkansas.
Yeah, exactly.
I got you a job at Arkansas. That's what I expect. I really expect that. I really think Brennan will be fired. I just don't think he'll just be straight up let go.
Yeah, I mean, you got to do it. I mean, I will say, if you can't make that decision, if you can shoehorn your son into Chip, which I will say that's the one thing I'll give Chip Kelly a little grief or a little slack on is there's no way he picked Brennan Carroll as his O-line coach. There's just zero chance that Chip Kelly said, Pete, your son would be my O-line coach if I had anyone to pick from. And so I will say that is odd. Like that is kind of setting your OC up for a little bit of a disaster, in my opinion, because the O-line coach is so important when you're installing a new offense, and just it's important in general. But yeah, if you won't fire your son, why the fuck would I keep you on staff? Straight up. It's just the Las Vegas Raiders are not a jobs program. Sadly, they are, but they should not be. And I'm not here to keep your son employed, right? If your son's going to hit the dab pen too hard if he doesn't have a job, and you're scared of that, and he's not reading the 12 rules of life that you left in his room, so you have to make him O-line coach of the Raiders. No, it's not my problem.
Yeah, man. If he's not watching those Jordan Peterson videos that you sent to those YouTube clips, those YouTube shorts that he sent him from Jordan Peterson, he's not picking it in. He's not, embracing it. You gotta let him go. He's not picking it up. He's not picking it up, dude.
Exactly, man.
You know what I'm saying? I know what you're saying there. Will Aiden start some games at some point this season?
I want to keep it as is. Let's just tank it out, man. Like I don't think so because Greg Olsen and Geno have a pretty good rapport. Just from the Seattle days, and I think Greg Olsen will probably want to keep Geno as his quarterback, just personally. And you never know. I mean, Geno might get hurt. You never know. And they say Aiden O'Connell's an emergency quarterback, so it might even still be Kenny Pickett.
Yeah.
Which that's still the weirdest. Like, that's the one I'll be on spy tech for. Why did you trade for Kenny Pickett?
A fifth round
pick. I mean, sure, they'll get that pick back. It's not that big of a deal. They'll probably get from the comp picks, like they'll get these. But I was just thinking about this today. I was watching Kyle Monangai for the Bears, who, if you guys were watching in the offseason, I had him in my mock drafts all the time as like a 4th, 5th round back. He got taken in the 7th round. You guys are a stud for Rutgers. Always was good. And I would say people were like, we should have taken him instead of Genty. How about both? We took 2 FCS quarterbacks in the 6th round, 6th, 7th round, or whatever. One of those
100%.
picks could have been Kyle Monangai. You don't even think about running back for the next 5 years.
Exactly.
You're set there. Like that to me, I will say I'm a spy tech apologist, but that right there and trading, I'd like to know who said we need to trade for Kenny Pickett. Was that John Spytek? Like, that's weird to me.
I still don't understand why they did that. I mean,
yeah,
Cam Miller must have just been shitty to them altogether. Put it his way: what reasons are there to keep Pete outside of continuity?
I still think he knows what to do with defense. I still think more defensive talent with Pete. I think that can result in a good defense. Again, the offense, though, man, like this handling of the offense, like you can say everything that's wrong with Chip Kelly and all that stuff, and I think there was a lot of stuff wrong with Chip Kelly. Why is that happening under your watch? Is this the first time you've ever dealt with something like that? You can't go in there. I mean, Pete Carroll bleeds into every other aspect of everything, but like Chip Kelly was allowed to have a bad offense. That to me is a fireable offense, just the Chip Kelly thing. It's like you have to step in at some point and go, why are we having busted plays every week?
Yeah.
Like you have to come in there and do that. You're the head coach. If you're going to be this, dictator of the team and where this all-seeing eye, kind of like 1984 eye that everything comes through me and stuff, like, salute us and stuff. If you're going to be that, if you're going to do that, you're going to be like, oh yeah, but Chip's got it. Chip's got this under control. We're cooking right now.
Yeah.
No.
Obviously not. Yeah. I don't know. At this point, like the way the season's going to end, unless this offense turns around, like I think Pete's gone. Like there's no way. If they finish like 2-15, he's not.
If they don't win another game, which they might not. I mean, they have 4 straight playoff teams coming up, or at least teams that would be in the playoffs today if the season ended. For anybody who doesn't know, it's Chargers, Broncos, Texans, and Eagles. That is a gauntlet right there. And then you have another game against the Chiefs. You have the Giants is your like winnable game, which I don't even know if they're going to win that game. And I mean is they might not win another game. They might not. They're not going to be favored in any of these games. I'll just say
who's blocking Dexter Lawrence on this team?
Who's blocking me and you? Gino's going to fall down, and there's going to be no running back there. His offense is not installed. So maybe they might come up and just beat some random team because a quarterback gets injured during the game or something. There's always that, of course. But for the most part, they might not win another game. And you're talking about how many straight losses is that since the Titans game, if that happens?
That would be 10.
Yeah, 10 consecutive losses, which, again, I think that happened already recently.
No, I know it'd be 11. No, because they were 2-4.
Yeah, right. So that would be 11 consecutive losses, 0 division wins this year. That's pretty tough to defend.
Yeah, because to be honest, this isn't a 2-15 team.
Yeah, it's a 5-win team, but yeah.
Yeah, 2-15 though.
Yeah. 2-15 is ass booty.
Yeah, that means you're just awful. Which it has a lot to do with the coaching and what they're doing. Why the F are they still splitting Snap Supporter and Kelly? I don't know, man. I answer that question. I'm just gonna skip it because it's just. I mean, when you watch the film, it's pretty obvious, but it's not obvious to them. I guess they don't like athleticism. I don't know.
Yeah.
All right. What about drafting a QB then moving back into the first to draft an offensive lineman? Depends on who the offensive lineman is.
I want to spend on O-line though. I want veteran O-line if you're drafting a QB. To me, I go QB and then I'm really trying to get more talent on defense. Of course, if you find wide receiver one, like if a Surratt is there, I think that Surratt from Indiana is a stud. And if he's there at top of the second round, yeah, I'd probably pull the trigger on that and say, fuck it. I got my quarterback and my wide receiver. But if you go quarterback early, I really want to get the defense some talent. And I think there is some good, I'll tell you right now, a corner I've been really impressed by that I think is going to eventually be, I've seen some people have him in their top 50s, but there's a guy named Chris Johnson, no relation to the running back, but Chris Johnson for San Diego State. Absolute monster. Like if you watch this guy play, 6 foot, 190, just plays the ball really well, sticky in coverage and stuff. Like they're going to need to just bring in some good, solid talent. There's a defensive end for like Florida that I'd like to bring in. These are all guys I expect to be there in like second, third round. I think the defense still needs some like top tier talent, and we'll see who they bring in on that side of the ball. Cause I don't even know if Patrick Graham's going to be back on this team next year.
Yeah, that's gonna be a good point. I got to figure out what the scheme is gonna be too, man. But it's I don't know about the whole O line. I'm trying to pull up PFF here, see if I don't know. I know people don't like PFF, but I guess they just dropped their big board for where's this, November 24th, and I just want to see who the top tackle is in the second round. So you got Ginnings Dunker from Iowa.
I like him.
Caden Proctor from Alabama, which he's having a bad year.
We don't draft Alabama linemen on this team.
Caleb Lomu from Utah.
I like Blake Miller too. Give me Blake Miller from Clemson. I like him. Who's the Texas A&M tackle too? I like. He's getting a little buzz. There's a Texas A&M tackle, I think, up there. Like, but guards to Connor Lew, the center out of Auburn, I like a lot. There's a few guys there. I think, to me, I'd rather spend at that position. I'd rather spend and pay 3 decent contracts to O-line, similar to what they did in 2015. Just do that again. I'm sorry. Like are they all going to work out? Maybe not, but do that. I would spend at that position group, and then I would draft defense. They really have not drafted a lot of defense the last few years.
No, they haven't. I kind of feel like they're going to draft Keldrick Falk. If Pete Carroll's here in the first round, wherever they're at, I feel like they're going to draft Falk for some reason.
How about trade a second-round pick for Stefanski? How about wait till he's fired this year because he's coaching a team that he's considered – they think he's committing war crimes there for not being nice enough to Shedeur Sanders. So let's just let him get fired, and then he'll be the OC next year. I like Kevin Stefanski, actually.
Yeah. Somebody said why? Because he's Michael Bennett. That's why.
Ooh, they're saying that's Tyree 2.0.
I don't think it's Tyree. I think if you're stupid if you play him at defensive end. I think Tyree was like a defensive end who had no bend. Keldrick Falk is a defensive tackle.
Yeah, the end out of Arkansas too. His name is escaping me. Defensive end. He's another guy who's got a big frame, big body, like 285 or something like that. Man, I was watching him play. He last week against Texas. He was making some plays, man. What is this guy's name? Cassius Howe. No, that's Texas A&M. He's a little lighter. What is it? Somebody in the chat help me out. His name. I just was watching, and then I saw he was in a lot of what is this guy's name? It's bothering the hell out of me now. That's not going to work. Him, and then there's Quincy Rhodes. Yes, I like Quincy Rhodes. And then the Florida defensive end. Sometimes I'm not always good with these guys' names because I just gamble on football and I just go, oh, that guy looks good. The Florida defensive end as well is also kind of a big Tyreek Sapp. I think that's Warren Sapp's kid, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not sure, but I mean, he's big as hell, so he should be related to Warren Sapp. But yeah, Tyreek Sapp is another one. These are guys too, like second, third round. They really got to get another defensive end. I don't think Kuntz is it. I wouldn't pay him a lot in the offseason. And I think they just need one other really good defensive end, and then like and defense. I would really try to get the defensive line. You know, Dom Citrus, like these guys. I would really try to hit that defensive line hard, and just like that's how you can turn your defense around pretty quick. Is just like really get some horses on the D line. To me, and then Adam Butler is under contract. He can be depth at that point, or start to the beginning while these guys develop. I would really like to see that.
Yeah. She just gave a touchdown after they just fumbled.
No. That's not good.
All right. I know it's unlucky, but what do you guys think happens if Chip Kelly was the problem?
If he what? I mean, I do think he was definitely a big problem.
Which kind of ties into this question. How many times has Olsen been the Raiders coaching staff under different head coaches? Wasn't he an OC already for the Raiders?
Third time. This is his third time calling plays for the Raiders. It's pretty impressive. I mean, he looks like, Greg Olsen's funny, man. He looks like a guy who would, I don't know if you guys like partied in high school, but he looks like a dad that would let you get fucked up at his house. Like he'd be like, I don't want you guys driving. I don't want you guys driving around drinking beer. Anyways, I got beers over here.
Yeah.
You guys call some of the girls, man. Like, what are you guys doing? Like, just like he seems like one of those guys. He looks like he likes to party. I like him.
Yeah, that's exactly how he looks. He definitely looks like he likes some Slayer back in the day.
Yeah, exactly. Like he's he starts playing that shit while you're partying. He's like, you guys don't know shit about music.
What do you know about Angel of Death?
sleeveless shirt on, sitting on like a workbench in his garage, drinking like a tall can and stuff. Like he's, I just don't like when you guys drive. I know you guys like to drive. I party. You guys don't know about partying. I did all that shit. Like that's Greg Olsen. He makes me smile when I see him because he reminds me of like dads that would let you get all fucked up, and then you start getting older, and you're like, oh, hey, that dad's got a drug problem.
100%.
He's not as cool as I thought. Yeah.
I'm dying at that. Somebody else asked, do the Raiders score over 21 points with Olsen driving the car? I think they did. All right, I'm trying to see here.
Do they? No, I think he's saying, do they? Like, is it gonna happen?
Yeah, I think so.
You think they're gonna score 21 points against the Chargers?
Olsen pisses me off because I just have this fear that he's gonna be good for like 2 weeks.
Yeah, I could see it hitting something over the top to Dante Thornton. Finally, be the guy that gets the Dante Thornton touchdown.
Because he's not bad. The thing is, Olsen doesn't bother me, right? Mm-hmm. Like, if they hire Greg Olsen just straight up, I wouldn't be too mad at it. Like, because he's the most average ass offense coordinator there is. Like, some weeks will be like really good, have this great game plan one week, and the next week he just has this shitty game plan. It's like so hit and miss, and like it'll be 2 weeks great game plan. Like, well, look at Olsen Cook, and it's like the next game plan is like, why are you throwing 8 screens every single down?
Mm-hmm,
yeah. And I still haven't got over him calling Hank to win the game, like the high school play, to for the win in a playoff game. You call a play that is an install in high school.
Yeah.
I still never get over that. So that's a little bit my problem with him is like he's like the ultimate interim OC. That's what Greg Olsen is. Do you really hire Greg Olsen? No. Yeah. But you bring him as a quarterback coach just in case your OC sucks. Mm-hmm. You bring in Greg Olsen. You know what I mean? Yeah, because to be honest, he's better than somebody said it. He's better than Getsy and Kelly. He is.
That's what I'm saying. Like it's kind of crazy to me. Like, I'm like, man, I wish I could say he was bad. I'm like trying to think, like, who, like, is he better than Josh McDaniels? Like, as the Raiders coordinator?
Yeah, I was the Raiders coordinator, so yeah.
Okay.
Because Josh could get the credit, but I still think Drake May is just not missing. I think it's going to come to a point where that starts happening, and then we're going to talk about how, and then Patriots fans are going to start hating Josh McDaniels again, just like they did before. So, and what QBs did he coach that he had a great? I mean, Derek Carr, man.
Jared Goff had a good year, and
yeah. Blake Bortles threw 35 touchdowns with Greg Olsen.
Jared Goff with the Rams. I think he was the Rams QB coach there too. Geno Smith the reason Geno Smith's even the Raiders quarterback right now is because Greg Olsen was his quarterback coach in Seattle. I mean, when you say great season, we're not talking about elite, but nobody called Greg Olsen elite. So
yeah, I mean, Josh Freeman, his best season is under Greg Olsen. That's real shit.
Josh Freeman.
His best season is under Greg Olsen.
Out of Kansas State, Josh Freeman.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. That's a name I haven't heard in years.
Yeah, because was Olsen the quarterback coach? Oh, no, that was Dave Canales. And I was looking at Geno's best season. It was Dave Canales.
Okay.
All right. That was Canales.
Kenny don't even like Greg Olsen. He said don't even talk to me about Greg Olsen.
Kenny hates everybody with his team, man. I know Kenny's still a fan. I don't know how Kenny watches on Sundays.
Who the fuck is Josh Freeman? Do you know ball?
Who the fuck is Josh Freeman?
Josh Freeman, the Vincent Jackson, rest in peace, touchdowns. You guys don't remember that? With those weird Buccaneers uniforms.
Yeah, man.
Damn, dude.
You don't remember the Doug Martin game?
That's true. Rest in peace. Wait, no, he's not rest in peace. He got arrested. That's different. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
No, he died. I think they shot him, didn't they?
Oh, that's right. Shit. That's all bad, dude. Yeah. That's no. I'm not even trying to lie. I was just I'm bringing up players that are like not with us anymore, and it's kind of getting to me a little bit. I'm like, damn, it's 10 years ago. That's crazy. Yeah. It's crazy. Damn, too bad. Yeah. Doug Martin, Vincent Jackson, Josh Freeman, Bucks teams.
You know what I'm saying? So Josh Freeman, 4,000 yards. That's all I'm saying. All right. First Watts. Now he's talking about. I know he's talking about short wide receiver. I'd be missing your questions.
That was a Notre Dame thing. I said they were safe to you. They're safe to you for sure.
Who's our center this week? I haven't asked yet. I'm scared. I know Merritt is hurt. I might find that out, but I don't know. Hopefully Dylan Parham. Is the OC job even attractive when you consider the QB situation and the fact that Pete is probably on the hot seat if kept?
I think it's a pretty attractive. The OC job is different than the head coach job. I think the OC job, because if an OC, you show that you can score some points without the quarterback being there, like that's like, well, let's go get this guy a quarterback, and then you get a head coaching job based off that. But if you, as a head coach, I think you don't necessarily want to go to a team without a quarterback and stuff. And I people are hating the Ashton Genty pick. I guess that's kind of the shittiest part about this season is people think that he's a bad pick because of just the end result of it. I think Genty and Bowers definitely would get some OCs excited to be able to go coach those guys. So just to me, and I think a good OC could fix this run game overnight, in my opinion, and just maybe a couple nice signings on O-line.
People just want Gruden back.
That's I don't think that's gonna happen. I think he's gonna go to college, though. I'm just telling you. I think he's gonna be a college football coach next year.
How many times did Geno Smith been sacked this year? It's 41.
Yeesh. And how many of those would you say are on him? What percentage?
I would say 60.
Yeah, that's what I mean. More than half for sure.
Is he on pace to break the sack record? No. I don't know if he's on pace for that.
Was it David Carr?
Yeah.
David Carr was like 58 or something. It was
70. No, you're
70,
wrong.
Yeah, 70.
It's 70, Glen.
Yeah, he had like Arizona Rattlers offensive line, and like guys coming from like the replacements, like the Keanu Reeves movie. Like that type of O line.
You know what's wild about Drake May? Drake May's been sacked 37 times, which is wild.
Yeah, and it's going to be more because I think Will Campbell just got hurt.
Yeah, he had a sack percentage of 9 points. This sack percentage of the NFL are nuts right now. These guys take a little bit. It's a wild place right now, the NFL. Next question. Where was that? How many first round QBs? Best guess.
I will say 4. I think you're going to get more Mendoza and who else am I forgetting? More Mendoza. Who's the other big one?
Simpson.
I think you're going to get that. I mean, provided that these guys declare, of course. And then I think you're going to get one late riser that sneaks into the first round, which would probably be Cole Payton, I would say at this point. Even Sorsby, I don't know that Sorsby's played enough to be a first-round pick, played well enough to be a first-round pick, but I think he's going to light the combine on fire, and he's big and strong and fast. There's going to be 4, I would say.
I'm going to go 4, but I'm going to go a different 4 than you because I think Moore goes back. All right, so I think Moore goes back. So I'm going to go Mendoza. I think Simpson comes out because he's old. So I'll go Mendoza, Simpson. And then who else? I'm going to shoot my shot with. I think Klubnik still goes first round.
Whoa.
I think Klubnik's going to go first round still. And then I'm going to go Cole Payton too. I think they all go. I think those guys go first round.
Crazy.
I'm shooting my shot. I think because the NFL is a weird place, and I forgot Sellers too because Sellers is going back because he wants to play with his brother.
Yeah, and I could see that one way or another, but I think he should come out this year. But
yeah, he wants to play with his brother. He's gonna go back. So people are gonna be pissed because he's gonna play with his brother in South Carolina. But Klubnik is just interesting to me because I think there's going to be some NFL teams, especially if he goes to Senior Bowl. If he goes to Senior Bowl, he's gone first round. I believe that. But if he doesn't and he thinks he's too good for that, like he's Will Levis, it won't happen. But I think Klubnik, his supporting cast of wide receivers isn't very good.
Yeah.
So the NFL might make excuses for him if somebody really likes him as a person. Because that's a big factor that we miss with some of these quarterbacks. Is like, oh man, I just love this guy. I love him because that's what Jackson Dart got win first round.
It's not like his feet, man. Klubnik's feet are weird, man. It just doesn't seem like he ever makes any like on platform like set. Like you even see people say you can fix that, but like I know Jordan Love's good, and I'd love to have Jordan Love as the Raiders quarterback. But like Jordan Love still will never ditch that weird back foot thing that he does. Like footwork is odd sometimes.
See, my comp for Klubnik is Jordan Love.
Okay, well, there you go. Then, if he becomes that, I would love to be frustrated by Jordan Love as the Raiders quarterback. I would love to be mad as hell.
They're super similar players where they just make the stupidest arm arrogance decisions. Because even that throw he made last to win the game against the Lions was just arrogant.
Yeah, no, I mean, when it's good, it's like, yep, and when it's bad, it's the Panthers game.
Yeah, is Texas winning? People keep talking about Arch.
Yeah, Arch is cooking today, and that's a good Texas A&M team for sure. Yeah, so it's gonna be a bad loss for Texas A&M. There's no way to slice it. They're not going to the SEC championship game now. I don't think.
Wow, they're gonna allow Georgia in that bitch. Is that always gonna be
Bama, right?
Well, didn't Bama lose to?
They only lost to Georgia, or no, they lost to Florida State too. So they have their 2 losses.
Yeah, but they only have 1 loss in the SEC.
Or no, they beat Georgia. Yeah, they beat Georgia. Bama beat Georgia. So they only have 1 SEC loss. Mm-hmm. Or no, Bama doesn't have any SEC losses because they lost to Florida.
Texas won. They won by 10. Huh?
Yeah, they did. Yeah. So yeah. I'm gonna flip it to your territorial cup here, 10-7. But yeah, I think it's gonna be Bama. It should be Bama against Texas. Texas has a chance to get in. Which
Bama if they beat Auburn. There you go.
Which you get first-year starter Deuce Knight. He was a Notre Dame commit, but he ended up going to Auburn. He had 3 rushing touchdowns against a bad opponent last week, but it'll be interesting. The kid's gonna go play the Iron Bowl, his first big start. So that's tomorrow.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So let's get to these over-unders.
Yeah.
Let's just over here, folks. Let's get to it. Geno Smith. Pass yards 203, passing touchdowns 1.5. Interceptions is still kind of the same. The pass attempts 29,
Yeah.
25.
Man, he didn't throw a pick last week, man.
I know, man.
Yeah, I'm homeless now. This is AI. This is AI behind me. My checking account got torched. Yeah, this is not real. None of this. Not even the chair you guys love to comment on. This is all fake. I'll take the over on the passing yards. I think Olsen's gonna make it a way to. I think Olsen's gonna like unlock a little bit of the Raiders' offense this week. Yeah, sorry, man. Unfortunately, I don't have a mailing address at this point because I'm homeless because of Geno Smith. He says blame it all on me, and I'd be happy to. Yeah. He says if you had a bad day, blame it on me. No, I am, Geno. Don't worry. So I am gonna take the over 203. I will take. I think he'll have under on passing touchdowns. I think it's gonna be another frustrating red zone week. I'll take his anytime interception. I'll chase the dragon. I'll chase it. No problem.
Okay.
And then over on pass attempts because they're 9.5-point underdogs. And I will take the over on completions.
Okay. It's gonna be an interesting game. So I think I'm gonna go over on the pass yards. I'm gonna go over on the pass yards. I'm going to go over in the pass interceptions and the passing touchdowns. Okay. And then I'm going to go over on the passing attempts and completions too. So I'm going to go over on all of these. I'm not saying he's going to play well. I'm just taking the overs. It could be 3 interceptions. It could be 2 interceptions. I don't know what's going to happen in this game. But I feel like we're going to get at least a garbage touch. We're going to get a touchdown in regular time and a touchdown in garbage time. So that's 2. And I think we're going to work off for that. That's what I think. I think the offense is going to improve enough and just look better for what fits him. So he's going to perform a little bit better. Will they win this game? I don't know. To be honest, that's going to depend on if the Chargers show up or not. If they win this game, in my opinion. But
yeah. No, I'm with you.
Do they show up? All right. Next up, Ashton Genty, 53.5. Same receptions. Yeah. The anytime touchdown was nuts. I was like plus 200.
Yeah, that's interesting. And I love the receiving props. I take over on both of them. I think that's some of the best bets in sports right now is his receiving ones. He's been kind of killing it as a receiver lately. I thought Olsen in his press conference, whatever that's worth, he kind of wants to unlock that a little bit more. And at this point, he's definitely a guy that can make people miss. So why would you not? I think they're gonna have. I mean, Genty's comp to me is Gibbs and Montgomery combined into one player. What I mean is he doesn't have exactly the Gibbs speed, but he has the Montgomery physicality. I think like that is as his attribute. And I think he can catch the football really, really well. Rushing yards is still kind of tough right now. I mean, what do you have, like 60 last week?
Yeah.
Around there. So yeah, I mean, you could take it, but I think the receiving yard, I think the last 3 picks, including the anytime touchdown, definitely those are good bets. I mean, he can. I mean, didn't he had one? He basically got 18 yards on 1 reception or something like that last week. Like he's. I think they're going to screen to him too. I think there's going to be a lot. I mean, reception yards are interesting though because you can hit the over and then he can like lose 7 yards.
That's so true.
Like that shit does suck when you have over on receiving yards and then they throw a bubble screen and you get like just blown up in the backfield and you're like, damn, I lost my bet because of that play. Like drop it, just drop the ball. So that part's interesting. So over on the receptions, I think is the safest bet, but I would take the yards
too. Arizona State wide receiver just got mossed on an interception. How do you get mossed on an interception, bro? I'm sick of it. I saw that shit. But anyways, rushing yards. I'm taking the over. I'm taking the over on rushing yards. I'm taking over on all these. And to be honest, I would take the anytime touchdown because you could throw a touchdown to him.
Right? I mean, they did.
Like it was nuts. Like I looked at it like twice. I was like, this has to be wrong. I don't know. They're being weird with the shit, anyways. But he said I'm about to go off the show earlier. I thought about it. You're right, shorter wide receiver, because watching ASU wide receiver get mocked, and then the dude do this, he was like, It's like, you know what? Fucking bitch ass Wildcats.
Oh man.
That's where my daughter's going too. Like I don't know why she disrespected my family like that, but going to being a Wildcat.
I mean, congratulations.
Congrats.
Yeah.
I can only say that in this show.
Notre Dame's quarterback CJ Carr is Lloyd Carr's grandson, and he went to Notre Dame. So you want to talk about disrespect? It's like, well, what the hell's your problem?
Oh man. All right. Brock Bowers.
Brock Bowers. 5 and over. I'll take the over 5.5 receptions. They're gonna feed him. I'm not. Brock doesn't have that many career touchdowns, so I'm not gonna take the anytime touchdown though. That's not terrible odds, but I think over on yards and receptions are pretty safe. I mean, he didn't even have like an amazing game last week, and he went over both of these. And if they're losing, it's just gonna be easy soft zone Brock Bowers all day. They love doing that in garbage time, so you can easily get like 25 yards on like 2 meaningless drives from Brock Bowers. So you're never out of it when you take that because the Raiders are ass.
Yeah. I'm thinking both overs on their receptions, their receiving yards, but I just think the Raiders are going to score a touchdown in this game. I don't know why they feel like the Raiders are going to score a touchdown. Basically, Vegas is like they're going to get shut out.
Yeah, they might. So, I mean,
it's a possibility. I guess
it happened once this year.
Yeah. Whew, that would be embarrassing if that happened. And then Trey Tucker.
Yeah. These are great. Wow. These are excellent. I would take all these. 3.5 over 3.5 over 37. I think they're gonna put up some yards on offense this week. I think they're gonna look like, relatively speaking, a little bit better this week. And Tucker can get a touchdown. I mean, will Geno hit him? We don't know. It'd be very frustrating if you have that anytime touchdown and Geno just starts snapping his chin strap off and yelling at who exactly? Like Michael Jackson had a song called "Man in the Mirror," and I think Geno Smith would be doing a lot of that. I'm yelling at the man in the mirror. That would be Geno Smith, but it's a very frustrating thing. But yards and receptions, I mean, he's wide receiver 1 on this team. You definitely take that.
He got 10 targets last week.
Yeah, I would start him in fantasy actually if you have him. I mean, I don't know who else you have, so it's kind of tough.
Yeah,
and I think they're gonna have to throw the football a lot, unfortunately, in this game.
Mm-hmm. ASU losing to U of A right now is making me sick.
It's the third quarter. You're down 3. You'll be all right. It was a long punt.
How much time is left? It was 6:25. It says
in the third. You got plenty of time.
All right. It's just making me sick. And this fit. Oh, what is this throw? All right, we're good. Okay. All right. So let's get to this game line here. Let's get to the game line. Actually, I ain't even got it up here. Game line here. -9.5 LAC.
Yeah. I have part of me thinks the Raiders can cover this spread, but I don't. I'm not going to take it. I didn't take it. It's just not. They're not a team I can bet on right now. I should have taken Browns money line last week. I didn't take it, but I felt it in my bones, and I should have. I kind of like the over in this game though. I do. I think the Raiders are going to find a way to score like 17 points, which, man, you kidding me? 17 points sounds crazy right now. Whereas the Chargers would score like 28. You know what I mean? I think it's 28-17 Chargers. Raiders score a touchdown late to make it, the cover interesting at least. That's kind of where I see the game. I just think on defense, you're having guys on 1-year contracts like Devin White, Landon Roberts, people like that who, I'm not trying to call out anybody's effort, but like they're not trying to tear an ACL in this game. Straight up. Yeah. That's what they're going to play like. I mean, they're going to, if the game, the first quarter, they're going to come out banging, like celebrating, making tackles for losses and stuff. But later in the game, if you're down 2-3 scores, then these guys aren't going to go out there and make a play. They're going to give a back-breaking plays. It's a little easier to get to Herbert now than it was week 2 for sure. Their offensive line is really banged up, and I do expect the defensive line to get home a few times. But I have no confidence in this team to cover any number from Vegas right now. They just can't. So do not waste your money. I'd rather take the Geno Smith anytime pick. If you really want to bet on this game, just take the Geno Smith anytime pick. And I mean that's just where we're at right now as Raider fans.
Yeah. Even if I feel like the Chargers are going to keep them in this game, I still feel like they're going to win by 10 probably. Just I don't know. It's just this team is just not in the position where like they're playing hard. I feel like the veterans have kind of just given up already. You saw it last week with like some of the plays against the Browns. It's just this team is just done. And if I feel bad, I feel bad that, like, for the fans that have to watch this shit, but like it's just they're done, man. Like that 64-yard touchdown to Dylan Sampson was like just the ultimate.
Yeah.
This team does not give a fuck anymore.
No, they don't. This is the time of year where that happens. We've seen it too often as Raider fans. It's guys playing not to get hurt, guys thinking about the next team, guys thinking about vacations. Just, unfortunately, like that's what happens.
Sweet does what says scare money don't make money. Hey. Hey. put it on that plus Raiders 460, man. Put it on that plus 460. You might make some money though. Do you think the staff would play ALC over Pickett?
No.
I'll be pissed if they did that. Actually,
no. I don't think they like what they saw from O'Connell in the preseason. I mean, none of us did. He had a horrible preseason, and then he got hurt. Spytech is traded a 5th rounder for Kenny Pickett for whatever reason. They're going to want to see him. They want to see the guy playing with 2 gloves on indoor stadium.
Yeah. What free agency worth the rip would want to come to Las Vegas to play for this owner? No one is addressing this reality.
Money talks and there's no taxes. So they can get people if they want to.
I mean, the Raiders have a great facility too, man. They got great food and shit. I mean, this is a top-notch facility.
Yeah, it's a good place to live. I mean, it's. I don't think they're going to have trouble with that. I think to me, it's just like the continuity with the coaching staff. Like if I'm a player and I want to sign a 5-year deal, like how many coaches am I going to play under? Like it's a big deal. Are they still going to want me? Are they going to this and that? And they're whatever they do, they're going to have to commit to a coach. The next coach they hire, if it's not Pete Carroll, they're really going to have to let that guy have, 3 years kind of undisturbed at least. Like, because you have to like tell the players, like, as fans, we get a dopamine rush from changing coaches during a bad season. Players don't like it. They really don't. So that to me is going to be the selling point is like, you have to hit this coach hire and you have to go get a quarterback. You do those 2 things, everyone's going to want to play here.
Yeah.
It's what I mean is it's not that many things have to happen. Players have short memories. Like they're not worried about what the Raiders did 10 years ago. That's not factoring into a player. We know these as fans because we've been fans for a long time. Players, what have you done for me lately? That's what they're doing.
I agree with you every single word. Do you see Carroll came out and denied that report?
I would too.
That was my question. Was Chip Kelly even that good at Ohio State, or he had a good run in this college football playoff?
Depends on what game you watch. You watch that Michigan game; he was horrible in that game, and that's kind of what I felt like his pro career, or this season with the Raiders has looked like Ohio State versus Michigan.
Yes, 100%. It's got a double O-line question. Marcus, when you are charting plays, you see the one where the center and guard got knocked flat on their backs? Yes, I did.
That was crazy.
I mean, they tripped, to be fair. They tripped. It was a trip. They tripped over each other. But it happened. But it was a trip. During your O-line reviews, does Meredith get lost in space constantly on film? Like it's no, I wouldn't say Meredith because I would say Meredith is a center. That's what I've learned this year. He's a center.
Well, so
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I don't know. I don't think Meredith's coming back, but we'll see. We'll see how that goes. Who's the O-line coach? Oh, Pete Son. I never heard you coach O-line. Yeah, he did. Didn't he? For the Seahawks, right?
Was he the O-line coach?
He's assistant O-line coach, and then he became like a.
Right.
He was the OC. He was the OC after they fired somebody.
Mm-hmm.
If Arch comes out and the Raiders can pick him, does the Manning family pull? No, I think Brady gets the Manning family.
Yeah, I think you got to have the right coach there. I mean, because I will say, like, the Eli Manning with the Chargers thing, the Chargers didn't pay anybody back then. Mm-hmm. That was a big part of the Eli Manning thing. Was the Chargers famously were very cheap. Drew Brees, like they didn't pay people. Like the Spanos family, if you ask any Charger fan back then, the Spanos family was the cheapest family in sport. That's different now. But the Raiders will pay you. They'll pay you. They just can't bring anybody worth paying. That's the problem.
Yeah,
they're not gun shy about paying somebody. It's just I mean, they paid Max Crosby a bunch of times. Like it's not that's not an issue at all. I don't think that. I think we're gone from those days. I think I do. I think we're out of those times of the Manning family mafia kind of thing. But I don't know. We'll see if Arch comes out. This is a big game for him. This one he just did, and he's going to play might play a conference title game. And if he looks good in that conference title game, forget it.
Texas might get in the conference title game.
They have a pathway now that they beat A&M.
Oh wow,
they have a pathway. I don't know if they will, but they have a pathway.
They're gonna let them in the damn playoffs, aren't they? They are.
I don't think. I think if they lose that conference title game, I don't think they'll get in.
But let's say they don't get into the conference title game, and they just beat Texas A&M.
I don't think they'll get in. They have to win. I think they have to win the SEC because that's an automatic bid. So you would have to. Yeah.
I don't know. Can I answer that? You think so? Is there any legit OC going to accept Pete picking the O-line coach?
That's a great question, and if you're Brady, that's the Brady fact. You have to come in and going like, if you want me to hire a good OC, why you're not picking the O-line coach? Like, what do you expect me to do? And I'm not saying it would have even worked with Chip Kelly with that, but you gotta if you're gonna pay the top dollar for an OC, you gotta let them pick an O-line coach.
Is this Ruben Bain's baby mama?
I so much hype on Bain. I haven't really been that hyped on him. I thought he was pretty good. I think he's a good player.
He's about Ruben Bain, right? Or Ruben Bain?
Yeah, Bain. Yeah, he looks as slow. I don't think he looks as slow. I think
Tyree Wilson.
I think he's a much better player than Tyree Wilson. But yeah, I mean the side. Keldrick Falk and guys like that are gonna definitely test well and stuff, and they're gonna be good. There's a lot of guys. There's a lot of this edge class. I think is good, man.
How likely is it that offense starts humming with Olsen? It could happen.
I could see them scoring like 10 points the first two drives and people thinking they're back, and then they're just going to hit a complete wall and then lose by 12 points.
I can see that too. But with ASC hurt, what were some of the alternatives? I don't know, man.
You didn't have to trade a 5th round pick. It's just not for Kenny Pickett. I just mean you didn't have to do that. Who's anybody's backup quarterback? It's just you did not have to do that. That leads me to think that maybe they did think they're I think Spytek didn't think their team was that good, but maybe they did. Maybe they did. Maybe if you're going to trade a 5th for Kenny Pickett, maybe you did think you're we don't want to tank the season if Geno gets hurt. It's oof. Maybe you did think that then. Oof.
Yeah, there's a brawl at the ASU game right now.
Well, the Mississippi State, the Egg Bowl today, there was a huge fight. This is rivalry week in college.
I don't know, man. Fighting over girlfriends and shit. Are we sure Pickett wasn't a P move?
It could have been, but the GM has to agree to trade a pick. That's kind of my thing there. And what's Pete's connection to Pickett?
I don't know. Max seems to get into it, all his teammates on some alpha dog shit. Is he a poor leader?
No, I think Landon Roberts was dogging it on a play.
I think so too.
I think he called somebody out for dogging it, and he should do that.
Yeah. I think so too. Why any Raiders fan would give a hand earned dime to Mark Davis is beyond me. Make him feel our pain.
It stopped me from going to the stadium. I'll say that much. Like, I watch this team. I put a lot of time into this team. I Fridays and Mondays talk about it on this channel and stuff. But for me to like spend money to go see the team, like they have to show me something. Like, they have to show an interesting quarterback, a young quarterback. Like, even if they're not that good, I would go pay to go see a good young quarterback for the Raiders. I would go do that. They gotta get that going. It's. I very much believe that they can, you know, Pete was saying, we need our fans in here. We need to create that environment. It's like winning cures all. If you win, the Raiders fans will show up. They'll travel. They'll take time off of work. They'll make up fake excuses about their job. They'll do all of that stuff. It's just right now, it's really tough to justify right now to go there and watch them get dog walked by a team that brings in a wildcat package instead of their quarterback in the red zone. That is just as dysfunctional as them. Like, it's really hard for you to say, for people right now, the economy, you know, the way it is, prices they are what they are, because it's not just the game. You got to pay. Vegas ain't cheap anymore. That's another thing. That stops a lot of these people. Vegas used to want to get you out there. They used to like try to fly your ass out there for free. People remember the old school Southwest flights out to Vegas for like $60. Like, you used to be able to do that shit back in the day. Now the flight might still be cheap, but like your hotel, all of these things, all that stuff is really expensive. I bought a Stella Artois at fucking in a bottle for $9 last time I went to Vegas. I said, what? She said $9. I said, I thought this was free.
Vegas foods is ass too.
That's the biggest. Gordon Ramsay's pub is ass out there. Bobby Flay used to have a cool restaurant out there, but like, you got to like really go fine dining if you want to eat out there. If you like, what I mean is Vegas is struggling in general right now. Like they're not turning the profits the way they used to. It's like one of the first times that Vegas, they tried to turn Vegas into Dubai and it doesn't work. And like the only thing that stays out there is the prostitutes. Like, it's like really the only, I think that stuff is very much like Dubai. The nurses, you must be 6'5" to DM me unless you fly me
at the Dubai for some waste management,
some Dubai chocolate, you know. So like what I'm saying is Vegas is not what it used to be. But that being said, that wouldn't stop fans. If the Raiders were good, we wouldn't care. We wouldn't care if Vegas sucked because you'd be going there to see a good team.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
Wait, there's $25 minimum on blackjack? Yo.
Yeah. Vegas is struggling, bro.
Dude, they're trying to get it back after COVID. It's like, dude, you have to take another loss and start comping shit, dude. I'm in the Reno area, dude. Like, for locals, they fucking, after the Super Bowl, they tell you like it's like $60 for like a fucking suite out here. Like, they want your ass out there. Yeah. Vegas is like, fuck off. We'll get the Shah of Iran out here. I don't know. Like, they'll do something. They pretend like that's gonna happen, and maybe it is, but they clearly are hurting. Yeah,
Vegas, they got no shows out there anymore either.
Yeah. No, the Sphere is like the only thing. Like, I'll probably go see Metallica out there when they go. I think they're supposed to go next year. I'm hoping the Raiders are good next year so I could do Metallica at the Sphere in a Raider game. Like, that'd be a lot of fun. But yeah, like I said, I'm not wasting any money on this shit.
Are you out on Mateer? If he declares, I'd still be interested, I think.
I am still interested in Mateer. I know I shouldn't be, but I like that arm, man. I do. And there's something about him. He's kind of a little bit like kind of a little wild asshole guy that I kind of like. I think this team needs that.
They're asking, what part of the Bay are you from, Glenn?
I'm from San Jose, California. I don't live here anymore. I'm in Western Nevada. I'm in the Washoe County now. That's a newer development in life, but I'm from San Jose, California, born and raised, 408.
All right. I had a girl from the Bay yell at me because I thought Sacramento was the Bay.
She could have, and she did. People don't even think San Jose is the Bay. I said, well, it's the South Bay. Tell them to change that. But like, no, Sacramento is not the Bay Area. It really isn't. Yeah.
I really think it's when you stop talking to me.
It really isn't. No, and like Brother Lynch, like rappers types would always like they would never consider it part of the Bay. Like, they were like, we're our own thing, 916, like Sacramento and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. He's like, oh, because you deserve to get played.
You did. I mean, I hate to say it, but I think she, if you say, oh, you're from the Bay, it's like, people from out of state think LA is like a 2-hour drive to the Bay Area. So California is a huge state, man. It's massive.
Yeah. So that gets you shot.
What would it have, man? Yeah, that's
he might be right though. It might be right. Yeah.
Oakland. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, Oakland is a different beast for sure. Yeah, that is, San Jose, they would have just laughed at you kindly.
Yeah. Yeah, he's right. That's funny. All right. Could the Raiders take Jordan Tyson? I mean,
that would piss so many fans off. Like, he's not a bad player at all. It's just the problem is, like, I was doing some of these mock draft simulators and I was trying to see, like, what if I didn't take a quarterback first or if they were gone. And I looked at my draft and I'm just like, man, this team's going to be ass. Like, I like the players I took, but I'm just like, there's no who are we getting at quarterback? Like, there's nothing. Like, we'd have to keep Geno. We'd have to, like, something. Are we getting traded for JJ McCarthy? Like, seriously, like, that's where I'd go. I'd be like, they kind of have to take one this year.
Yeah,
it's really unfortunate. And like, I hate doing that because like Jordan Tyson is really awesome. And if you had Jordan Tyson, Brock Bowers, and Ashton Genty, be a nice young core, but you don't have a quarterback. So you wouldn't win anything. It sucks. I hate doing that. Like, I'm a best player available guy, but man, I'm trying to like do these mock draft things, look at it and just go like, man, would I feel that good about, even I like this. Even if you like your haul, you're like, man, who is our quarterback next
year? Yeah. It's saying San Jose is the last part of the Bay.
It is. It is the bye because you get to 8-3-1. You get to like Watsonville, like the Santa Cruz and all that stuff. It really is. It's like it's not like the heart of the Bay at all. But I mean, it's Silicon Valley. That is part of the Bay Area. I mean, it's the South Bay. But yeah, for sure. No, I mean, if you're talking about like San Francisco, Oakland, and stuff like that, I mean, that is the Bay. But I am proud. I did love San Jose, but San Jose didn't love me. Have you looked at housing prices?
Yeah, exactly. Do you guys agree that no worthy coach will come here without a top 3 pick?
Yeah. I mean, you say no coach would come here?
Yeah.
Without a top 3 pick? Was that what the question said?
Yeah, without a top 3 pick.
Yeah, I mean, I will say picking 5 versus picking 3 in this draft, I think is going to be pretty interesting, and I don't expect the Raiders to win another game this year, like truly. So I think we'll be fine on that regard. And one of the teams that I think the Raiders will lose to is picking ahead of them in the New York Giants. So, and I don't think the Giants are that bad. I think the Giants can run into a couple of wins. Yeah. No offensive. I get you. Yeah. No, I don't expect offensive coaches with like saying, yeah, I'll risk being a one and done.
Yeah.
Like a one and done because there's no quarterback on the roster. Like you don't want to do that. But if I'm taking the interview, I go, look, you guys are picking third. What's your plan? If I'm taking the interview as an offensive coach, and if they say like, we want to take a couple years all right, I'm out. I straight up would if I was an offensive coach. Yeah. I'd be like, well, we want to take a couple years to build up the roster and then bring in our quarterback. I'd be like, well, am I part of that? What does my record have to be while you do that?
ASU is just frustrating me, man. I just can't believe this thing.
Noah Fafita, you're losing to a short quarterback.
I'm so saying this is like my worst nightmare.
He's a little motherfucker though, man. If you bet against him, he'll kill you. I've won some money on him, but I've also bet against him, and he's a little asshole. This Fafita guy.
I know, man.
He's gonna be a great St. Louis battle hawk.
It's fucking Jeff Sims who stayed at ASU for the bitches. I mean, we all know that. Like, there's no reason that. Why are you still there? Like, I don't.
Yeah. Sam Levitt would have won this game.
Yeah. But Jeff Sims definitely stayed for the Tempe 12. So I apologize to all the women listeners for that obscene language that I used, but. That's why Jeff Sims stayed. That's why he's still there. Because I have no other reason why you would transfer to a school and stay as a backup.
Man,
I just don't know why he's still there. That's my theory.
Fun school to be at.
It is, right? It is. I mean, it would be a great school to be a backup quarterback.
It is. Yeah, I bet. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But he has to play
Mm-hmm.
Stuff like this happens. All right. A couple more questions. We'll get to the game lines. Do you think Thornton can take Trey Tucker path of progression, become a starting college receiver? I think he's becoming better. Actually, I think Thornton's getting better every week.
He's worth keeping around for sure. Like I wouldn't give up on him. I just think they played him too early. I think they tried to make him this focal point, this secret X factor of the offense when it's just quite clear he needed to come along slower. And a guy with 67, 68 career college catches. That just means you didn't. That just means the ball didn't come your way that much, like for a reason. And that's at Tennessee, where that kind of route tree is like so simplified for these receivers, and it's all about spacing and stuff. So I think it was always going to take time with Thornton. I think he's going to still need to get better at tracking the ball in the air. I think there's just a lot of stuff he's going to have to get better at. But I think the juice will be worth the squeeze, though. I think in like 3 years from now, we're going to be glad we stayed patient with him. Just my opinion.
Yeah. He's getting better. I like the way he looks. I like the way he's getting better on film.
Nice play last week, that catch in traffic last week. I was like, man, I'm telling you, you do that, like you're good in my book.
Yeah, exactly. All right, let's get to these game lines here. Let's get these final game lines here. NFL. Hopefully I got these right here.
Yeah, it looks good. That looks good. Everything. I think that looks good. Yeah, I've only what I'd be curious on was Bills and Steelers, because I could see either team being favored, but I just didn't know those lines. Mm-hmm. Texans versus Colts. Texans are red hot right now. Stroud's back, which hey, Davis Mills was playing good ball for them, I thought. Especially with that defense, he was just really good at not giving the ball to the other team. Woody Marks is like a decent little running back for them. Like they've manufactured a few things. Looks like their O-line's playing a little bit better. And the Colts, I mean, Daniel Jones has like a fracture in his leg now. I think they're gonna die a slow death, especially after that Chiefs game, which they should have won. I mean, I had a nice win on that Colts plus 3.5. They covered by 0.5 point. That was I was sweating that one. But I think the Texans are going to win this game. I think they have the best defense in football, bar none. It's just not even really comparable. Mm-hmm. Their defense is unreal. I think they're going to win this game. I think they're going to try. They have the ability to stack the box while leaving Stingley on the outside with Pittman or Pierce, however they want to do that. They can do whatever they want. Rams versus Panthers. I'm not going to overthink this. I am going to take the Rams at that high line. Rams right now are going to have to duel it out for the division with Seattle and the 1 seed. With Philly losing right now, it's basically between the Rams and Seattle, I think, for the 1 seed, unless Philly turns it on later in the year. And I think the Panthers, looks like, I don't know their injury report, but I know they lost J.C. Horn last game. I don't know what his thing is, but if they don't have J.C. Horn in that game, sorry, it's not going to work. Yeah. And the Rams are doing these like 13 personnel looks. They're doing everything I wanted the Raiders to do this year. They're just doing all that. And that's always what they do. It's just they're going 13 personnel. They're doing tight end screens with like Colby Parkinson. Adams is the best red zone receiver in the NFL. It's what I love about that team. When they have a problem, they just go fix it like immediately. Like it's just they don't like dilly dally around. They just go, we wide receivers in red zone struggling. Let's go get the best wide receiver. They just go do that. And so I think they're going to cover this game. I think Bryce Young is going to be in hell all game. Giants versus Patriots. I'm going to take the Giants actually in this game. The reason I say that is because I think that Morgan Moses and Will Campbell both came out of the game last week, and they're going to be playing pretty banged up. Giants defensive line can definitely get after it. And I'm telling you, man, the Giants play competitive football. They're not that good, but they play competitive football. And I think the Patriots are kind of playing with their food a little bit. They're going to keep this game closer. And I like that outside of a touchdown. I like that outside of a touchdown for sure. Bills versus Steelers. This is a stay away game for me, but I'll pick it just for the sake of the show. I am going to take the Steelers actually in this game. And I think it's going to be ugly. I like the under more so than anything. I think it's going to be an ugly game. I think the Steelers are just going to find a way to beat them up and win like on a last second play. And everyone's going to be going, what the hell's the problem with the Bills? I don't know. The Bills just, something's not right there.
Okay. All right. So with these games, I'm taking the Texans because Daniel Jones can't move and he's going to play. He's playing with Anderson.
It's going to be bad. Yeah.
So Anthony Richardson is going to play in this game. So let's keep it real. Anthony Richardson is playing in this game at some point. I'm taking Houston, which I think I messed this up, but whatever. Rams versus Panthers. I'm gonna take Panthers. Rams 10.5 too, just because I think the Rams are. This is the perfect like 35-21 game. Like the Panthers are like in it. They score late, 35-21, so they cover. Exactly that kind of game. Oh, AR still hurt too.
Right, my boy Riley Leonard. Is that who you're saying is going to come in? Notre Dame legend Riley Leonard. That's the third quarter. Watch out.
Giants versus Patriots. I'm gonna take the Giants plus 7.5.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I like it too.
I think the Giants are just a tough team, and I think, like I said, Will Campbell's out. Drake May takes a lot of sacks. I'm going that one, but I think the Bills bounce back. I think they beat the Steelers pretty easily. That's what I think. That one.
Nice. My best bets of the week in the NFL. I would give you my one today, but that was today, so you guys can't bet it. I did have Bears +7. I thought that was a lock. Philly does not put people away that way, and they lost outright. My other one, I'll give you as another one you guys can play. I don't know what number it's at right now. Last time I checked, it was 40. I like the under in the Falcons-Jets game, under 40. I like that a lot. I think both teams cannot score right now, and I think that's just going to be an ugly game, 20-7 kind of game. And then I like the Broncos -5.5 against Washington on Sunday Night Football. Definitely on those would be my two that you could still play there. And I'm riding a decent hot streak right now. Okay. And college, Ohio State versus Michigan. I really want to take Michigan, but I think Ohio State gets it done this year. Yeah. I think Ohio State's going to come out and wipe the floor with them. I want to take Michigan. Seeing that number in a rivalry game, you're like, Michigan, they're not that good, man. Like, Michigan is not that good. And a young quarterback, this is Bryce Underwood's first Michigan game.
Yeah.
Or, I'm sorry, but first Ohio State game. That's going to be, I think it's a tough environment, even if it is at home. Clemson versus South Carolina. Oh, gosh, that's going to be a tough game. I'm going to take Clemson money line in that game.
Yeah.
South Carolina's not playing good football right now. And Clemson has been kind of playing a little bit better as of late. Still a disappointing season for them. But I think this is a good game for, like you said, Klubnik's draft stock. And they have a lot of good players on defense.
Yeah.
And I think they're going to really the South Carolina's offensive line is awful. Miami versus Pitt. I'm going to take Pitt +6.5 at home.
Okay.
Miami's just really floundering towards the end of the year, and Pitt is weird. They got their ass whooped by Notre Dame, but they put it on Georgia Tech last week. They put it on them, and
beat the hell out of them.
And Georgia Tech was hanging around with Georgia all game today. I mean, I know college is weird and it's not all that, but I think Pitt is good. They have a young quarterback, but he's going to be really good. That's another guy you got to watch out for, is that Pitt quarterback. He is a ball player. He's a freshman.
He can play, man.
He is a freshman. He makes dumb mistakes, but he's going to be a good ball player. Vanderbilt versus Tennessee. I am taking Vandy money line on this. I don't think Tennessee's that good. I just don't. I think that Aguilar guy is a nice story for a 0-start recruit out of UCLA to come in there as kind of like the Jared Goff of the Matthew Stafford trade, kind of throwaway, turning their team into there. But I think, man, Vanderbilt is good. Clark Lee. To me, if I'm LSU, I go to Clark Lee instead of Lane Kiffin. I go, Clark Lee, what do you want to run my program? Clark Lee's got 5 stars going to Vanderbilt now.
Yeah, it's crazy.
He's got 5. They're trying to flip a 5-star quarterback from like Georgia, dude. Like the fact that that's even a thing, the fact that that's even a possibility right now, to me, Clark Lee's a hell of a coach there. Somebody said pick the Iron Bowl. I'm going to take Bama. Deuce Knight's making his first like real start, and that's a tough time to make your first start. Is in the historic game where like people like trees die because of it, like famous trees die because you threw an interception and stuff. Remember the kick six back in the day? Like
the kick six.
The guy poisoned the tree and went to jail for like hella years. Harvey, whatever his name was, and he was like, "Do you regret it?" And he was like, "No, roll tide from jail." He said that. So I'm going to take Bama.
Yeah, I'll take Bama in that one too. I'm going to take Ohio State. I think Ohio State just beats them down. I think Ohio State's like the most quietest, dominant football team that we've ever seen. Like, nobody's talking about how dominant they are. They haven't had a close game all year.
They really have, and their defense is just ridiculous.
Yeah, right? I mean, they are literally one of the most dominant college football teams we've ever seen. and it's really not talked about enough.
Yeah,
like it's really crazy to me. They're so dominant from offense. They got Carnell Tate, they got Jeremiah Smith. Right, Tate is going to go right behind Jordan Tyson. I watched Tate this past week for the Draft Fanatics show I did, and that dude's fucking legit. He's AJ Brown basically, and then he has Julio Jones on the other side. So Sayan has AJ Brown and Julio Jones, which I also said I think Jeremiah Smith is he's like with Julio Jones. I think he's like Dylan Raiola because they run the same. I'm like, why do you run like Julio? Like that's fucking weird. But yeah, he is literally Julio Jones part 2. And then they have Caleb Downs. They got Sonny Styles, or whatever his name. Arvell Reese. You know what I mean?
Defensive tackle's pretty good too.
Yeah, defensive tackle's damn good. Matt was talking about earlier. They are going to they're the most dominant football team in college football. They're the best team in college football, like hands down, in my opinion.
Unfortunately, you're fucking Sun Devils right now, man. What is happening?
I'm trying not to think about that, Glenn. I'm trying to focus on these games. I'm trying to focus on these picks.
Yeah, you got it. You know, you're correct about Ohio State. I agree with you.
Because ASU's pissing me off. I don't know what the fuck's going on. As I'm saying, Mr. Come back for the bitches is sucking right now. So he's blowing ass. But anyways, Miami versus Pittsburgh. I think Pittsburgh covers here too because I think Miami's just a little overrated.
Yeah.
I was gonna go. When I was going through the games, there's just so many games that I didn't get to Auburn, Alabama. It's like later on, and I was like, I don't fucking feel like changing this. That's why I kept Clemson versus South Carolina. But I think Clemson wins this game. And this is and then Vanderbilt versus Tennessee. I go Vanderbilt. I think Vanderbilt's gonna beat Tennessee just because I think Vanderbilt's just a better team here.
Yeah, my 2 best bets of the week in college, though, I will give you guys. And again, I've been on a little bit of a hot streak with college. I don't think I've lost in a month on my. I do make 2 college bets a week, so it's not like I bet the board, but I am pretty good right now, and maybe it comes to an end this week. But let's see. I like Texas Tech minus 23.5 at West Virginia. I know it's on the road. That's a lot, but Texas Tech needs to pound the shit out of West Virginia for them to really, be in that, make sure they're part of this playoff. They got to win their conference for sure, and I think they will. But West Virginia is bad, man. And I like they're back in the day, you would never pick West Virginia 23.5 points at home. Like you would never pick against that back in the day, like Steve Slayton and stuff. They suck, man.
Yeah.
So I think Texas Tech's gonna pound them. Texas Tech's got some ballers, man. Good wide receiver, good linebacker. And then also the team I always have good luck with. I'm taking the over in the Kansas State Colorado game. That's 50 and a half. I feel like that's way too low. Avery Johnson, college overs. Avery Johnson, he will hit an over. Man, that's one thing that weird curly haired dude will do. He will. He is a strange man. He will. But he is a fun college quarterback. I tell you, man. 6th-round pick, I would just pick on Avery Johnson. I have no idea what that would be, but I want to see him playing preseason football next year because you'll recognize him. You'll be like, oh, I remember that guy with the hair, and he's going to hit that over. And I think Colorado can score about like 17 to 20 points against them to keep that game over. So I like those 2 bets: Texas Tech and then the over in Kansas State, Colorado.
He's a talented quarterback too, man. He's got a big arm. He's a talented guy. He's
got a big arm. He's kind of stupid. Like he does a lot of really stupid things, but he is fast as hell.
I know.
I was like, dude, he had a 60-yard run last week. I was like, what? Like, yeah, I'm telling you, Avery, he's coming. He has to come out this year. I think he's a senior. He's been playing forever. It'd be interesting him at the Senior Bowl. He'll be an interesting one. I'm not saying he's a 1st-round pick. I'm just saying he might like a 3rd rounder. He might sneak into that 3rd round where you're like, damn.
Yeah. How long would John Spytek last without a quarterback?
Yeah, that's interesting. It all depends because I think if Brady pounds the table for a quarterback and Spytek doesn't take him, then you're on the hot seat. But if you take the quarterback Brady told you to take, you get a little more leeway.
I think so. I agree with that. Can you go over the injury report? You asked me this. Meredith is questionable. Mayer's out. Butler's questionable. I mean, Darnay Holmes is questionable. Thank God. and Zamir White. Adam Butler's Darnay Holmes and Zamir White. I don't know what they did together, but they're all sick.
You know what's going on. You already know what's going on. Yeah, for sure. But I'm so glad we're gonna get the Ian Thomas game. Dude, what's Ian Thomas's anytime touchdown? It's 1,500. Yeah, plus 50.
Get that one Ian Thomas touchdown. Right.
Yeah.
That just that one bootleg where he just dips out, leaks out. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I wasn't suggesting anything weird, guys. I just you know what's going on.
maybe that's why Butler was so upset. Wilkins kissed him in the head.
I was gonna say. I mean, you can't say it's completely off the completely off the menu here.
Okay.
Yeah, little Dubai chocolate was happening. In Vegas.
Maybe he's out. Maybe Wilkins was out in him.
Yeah, man. Just a little something weird was happening. Dubai, New Vegas.
All right. Anyways, guys, see, this is why Geno Smith is in our chat.
That's why they need to win some damn games.
We're calling rappers. We're calling our Raiders players. We're making innuendos about them and saying guys are dragging.
Win some games, and I'll stop.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. All right. So I think that's it for the show, guys, today. So hit the subscribe button, subscribe. And also, hit the TDL channel. Tape don't lie, subscribe. Also do that. And if you guys want to do me a favor, that rapper Merkums, he's still trying to diss me. Yeah. So if you want to go to his channel and just put hashtag video leak, that's all you gotta do.
Damn.
You look up Merkums, put hashtag video leak, because he's still talking shit. I don't understand why he's still talking. Like, shut up, man. Like, go away. Anyways, if you want to do that, go ahead. It'll just be funny. You get to do that for me. But yeah. Also, check out the hoodies. Yeah, go ahead, get the hoodies. We're gonna do more giveaways next week. And we'll be back with that as well. But hope you guys enjoyed this episode. We're out of here. Peace.